Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Depend on your time and your location. I salute you all the way, meaning Biafras. And I also greet all of you. In general, I salute and I greet my president of United States of Biafra, Maazị Nnamdi Okwukanu. I also salute and greet good morning, sir, to you, Maazị Simon Ekpanjoko, the Prime Minister of United States of Biafra. I salute you, all the commanders in the 40 states of United States of Biafra. I salute you, the DPM, Dr. Honorable His Excellency Ngozi Orabueze. From here I say good morning, sir, to you all. Yes, my fellow Biafrans, I greet you all also. I greet all the Biafrans, good morning. I greet Ben Chinaka, good morning. I see you, Michelle, good morning. From here, I salute you all. I say I welcome you, please endeavor to welcome one another by sharing and also liking the program. That is how you are helping this message of hope to every individual, to every platform, to those that deserve to hear this message. Whenever you share this message, may Elohim continue to bless you. May Elohim nourish your movements and keep you alive to see Biafra. He said, this morning, we shall start by saying prayer to Shukwu Okabiyama. Today is Friday, on the month of November, October 2025. As we are going into our 1 year of our re-declaration, Mazimon, we thank God for keeping us alive. We thank Him for making us to be here today. We thank Him for all the good He has done for us, that none of us has deviated, and also none of us has taken another wrong way. Rather, we are in the right track with our government. So, and we could go Kabia, my premier Nile, as an Epesiaro, 1 note to onion. Ọgwọ mgbe ike gwụrụ mmadụ nke ụwa, ube na gbakwuru ezuru ike, ọgwagide ka onye ezi na gbaba wee nwee ndụ. Anyị mabụ mgbe afọ wee na-asịrị ụtụtụ a, otito, ịja mma, mbuli elu, ụzana n'elu kasị elu dịbara aha nsọ gị, site n'ugbu a wee ruo mgbe ejighị ebi. Ihe anyị na-arịọ gị bụ Chukwu Okabịa ma onye nyere anyị ndụ, onye na-echebe ndị ya niile, onye nyere Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ndụ ruo ka ọ dị ugbu a. Chukwu, anyị si na ị ga-ekwe ka ndị nọ na-apịa ndụ a na-eke, na-apịa n'orie, na-apịa n'afọ, na-apịa na nkwọ. Chukwu, anyị na-asị gị nekwa ma Simon Ekpa, ndị be anyị si na nkiri ka a na-ekiri ododo ma eji ododo eli ozu. Mba ụwa ga na-ekiri Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ the president of Biafra, na-ekiri the prime minister, nkiri onwe ha ga-eme. Anyị wee na-asị na ndị a agbarụsịa ngere ka ga-ekiri nwa bụ ngele nwụọ, agbarụsịa mmiri a ga-ekuri ya wee nwụọ. Wee na-asị gị, o Chukwu onye premier niile, o Chineke nke mgbe ebighị ebi, wee yọọ gị ogologo ndụ na arụ isi ike. Anyị wee yọọ gị ihe akụ ihe enwe anyị wee rịọ gị ka ụzọ ọbụla nke United States of Biafra ga-akụ aka maka recognition ka ụzọ a mepee. wee na-ekwu ndị iro niile nke ka nọ n'ime gọọmenti nke United States of Biafra, Chukwu okike abịa ma ka aka nsi wee baa ha ọnụ, ka ha wee si na gọọmenti ya wee pụkọpụ ka anyị wee nwere onwe anyị. wee na-asị gị megide ha na Eke, megide ha n'Orie, megide ha n'Afọ, megide ha na Nkwọ, bụ ndị ahụ ndị na-emegide ụmụ Biafra niile. wee na-arịọ gị na-asị gị na o ruru gị bụ imere anyị dịka anyị si wee yọọ gị. wee na-asị gị biko dododo, anyị bụ mmadụ nke mere mmehie, anyị yiri azụ bi n'ime oke osimiri, anyị ahapụghị ịga agọ mmehie. anyị na-eme site n'okwu ọnụ anyị, anyị na-eme site n'ụkwụ ije, anyị na-eme site ihe anyị chere n'ime obi, anyị na-eme site anya anyị lere ele. wee na-asị gị biko ka ị gbaghara, na anyị kwetara na anyị bụ ndị mmehie, gbaghara anyị biko. wee na-asị gị n'otu aka ahụ, Chukwu oke abịa ma nke kere dị n'ime ụwa, nke na-enye ndụ, wee na-asị gị biko, eze ndị eze, bịa lụọrọ anyị ọgụ na mmụọ, lụọrọ anyị na mmadụ. bịa lụọ ọgụ nzuzo niile, bịa buo agha nzuzo niile nke a na-ebu Ngozi Orabueze. The enemy will come through one way, but because of their coming is not from you, Lord, may the enemy of Ngozi Orabueze, may the enemy of United States of Biafra continue to scatter in the 7 different ways. I pray. He said. Thank you so much, my people. Please take out your time to share and like the program so others may know that we are live, that we are direct this morning to preach the message of redemption, to preach this message of hope, and also for us to know what we're supposed to do at a time like this, and also know our rights. Knowing your rights doesn't make you a fool, but knowing you are right is what makes you a normal human being. That's what it is. So this morning, the Biafran people, we are going to go into many things this morning. In every 1 hour, we will change our dimension this morning. But look at what is happening in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, where Jovika is proud, claiming that he is one Nigeria, a country that was not created by a black man or Africa, rather a white man came up with his own idea, planned it for 4 years, and what happened? He later execute his plan. And that is the country where Jovika and all of them are happy being. The country where you are in America is the African man that was amalgamated the so-called country where you are, claiming I am in America, another person's country, being proud that you are living in someone's country where you cannot be proud staying in your own country, and you are making mouths. The courts you want to go to Ngozi Orabueze or your claim, is it your Nigeria court? What happened to your Nigeria court? Jovika, if you're a proud man, why don't you go back to your Nigeria and remain there? Why do you left Nigeria and travel to abroad, be in America, have American passports? If you're a proud man, people come out and tear their passport of Nigeria to prove how disgraced Nigeria is, and you are there deceiving the gullible, deceiving your grandchildren and your generation, because we, the Biafran people, nobody will deceive us anymore, because we have stood up for our rights, and because of we understand what we have to do to get where we are going. That is why we are doing it. I want to tell you something, tell us something this morning. life start with play. You know, the agitation of Biafra start like play. Agitation of Biafra start like just let us play. And today, is being taken serious? The answer is yes. If the agitation, the protests can be taken serious, that also simply means a time has come, a time will come, or the time has come when our declaration we shall take serious. Because people are not sitting down to ask questions, to find out from underground, from grassroots to where we are today. I want to give you an example of election. When someone starts gathering people that he's preparing for election, people will be making mockery of him and he will look like child's play when it's come to election, to prepare for election. Let me use I myself as an example. In Old Anambra, when I was trying to contest for councillor, the beginning looked like child's play. When I further continuously pushing harder to prove that I am serious, people start coming, start even also supporting with their funds for the election to go on. You know, once you have a ticket, once you buy your form as a member who want to compete in election, you become a member. And when you see people see how serious you are, it will start drawing attention. When you go to bar, you give guys money, you tell them what you want, they will shout your name, they will hail you, the attention has started coming. At that particular bar that you give them beer, they will all do what? All coming there to wait for you. And as they are coming, that is how they are bringing more of their friends. They will start coming. Once they are coming, every evening you keep a drink for them there. If 5 people come the first day, second day 10 people will come. The other next day 20 will come. The other next day 30 will come. This is how it happens. And from there, you start planning for protests. Once you come for protests, those that you have been given common drink will be the first to come. They will start marketing you. Anywhere they go, they talk about you. Anywhere they go, they talk about you. This is how it happens in common election. Until the day of your primary election, people stand at your back, you won your primary, then the seriousness has begun, it has increased more and more. And once people heard that you have won your primary, it gives them confidence that you are going to win the general election. This is politics, what I'm telling you. Because the Biafra movement is all about politics. And people never know about that. And that is why when you are not a politician, you cannot understand what is happening. You have not participated before. You don't know what is happening. I that is talking to you here, I am one of the person in Old Anambra in my area. Once election come, you must find us come. You must find me because I have a 2 polling units under my command. You must come. And once you come, we will tell you what it's all about before you can be able to get a vote in my area. So when it's come to politics, we have played the politics very well. The last politics I participated was the last politics the last of Willie Obiano. So the Biafran people. No, let me calm down so you may understand what I'm explaining to you about the movement that we are into. Do you see how after the election I won my general election, Peter Obi told me that they want to choose a person who has been there before me. Not by winning the election. That's why I said he will never win anything in his entire life in Nigeria again. And I mean it. If you go to Dr. Damage platform, you will see where I address P2B. They always map it out and send it out all time. Like now election is coming. So after they told me, no, it is not by winning. This is your first time coming. You have to hold on. Hey, this one is off. You have to hold on. After election, they will know what to do. And you see what happened? Nothing. They took the election. P2B took my election, and I won when I was contest for councillorship. And he gave it a man. He said that the man has been there for over many years. And that is how what happened. And that is when I know that Nigeria is not for me. And Nigeria is not working. And now I come back to seek and understand the importance of the word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, to get to back to what we are talking about protests, the Biafran people, including me, carry placards in Biafra land, in Old Anambra, went everywhere with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he was released. When he was inside, we are protesting, campaigning. In Paul, I escaped the death. So when I'm talking to you, I know why I find out that the only hope for me to be a free man is this name, United States of Biafra. Is the only name. If you see any fool who believe in one Nigeria, may Nigeria happen to him and his family and his generation. May happen to them. Go and check out who is talking to you in Odo Anambra. Go to here and verify. Then you will know who is talking to you. I know Nigeria more than you claim. And I can never be in that country where was forcefully amalgamated. Nigeria in the world, in the history of the entire world, is only in Nigeria that was forcefully amalgamated in 1914. If you listened yesterday when we read the amalgamation document of 1914, they told you that they did not consult anybody. No single soul was consulted for the amalgamation. A white man without passport entered Africa, entered so-called Nigeria, and he did what? And he said, you are Nigerian. My people. So that is why when you understand that Nigeria is not a country, when you understand that the fool who are in Nigeria like Stephen Ojukwu, who is not a Biafran, who is not an Igbo man, who claimed the name, you will see that he's one Nigeria where today everywhere is boiling about what the one Nigeria is doing. And how the world, believe you me, from next month, you will see sanction. And that's name called Nigeria. Any man who is from Newi, where Chukwuemeka Odumegwu fought for Biafra with his money, and he claimed that he's from Newi, he is a Fulani man. In the sole country called Nigeria, that was forcefully amalgamated, who the indigenous of the land did not conduct any vote, who none of, or even Ojukwu consent did not come across on it, who all the thing that is happening to Nigeria, people are dying and the world are crying. Today, everywhere is bleeding all over Nigeria, the so-called Nigeria, and he don't know the solution. What happened that leads to Biafran war? That Chukwuemeka Odumegwu, the internal leader, the first president of the people of Biafra, saw and keep a fight. It has happened more than that today. We are experiencing more than that what happened, what leads into the war. We are experiencing more than that today. So, my people, When you listen to some videos, then you may understand the importance of you supporting the declaration of United States of Biafra. Nigeria is a country without document of self-referendum to be a country. Nigeria is a country without declaration as a country. Even common de facto government, Nigeria did not have it. No document. The only document that Nigeria has that there was amalgamated, forcefully amalgamated in 1914, without consulting people of, do you want to be here? Do you want to? They forcefully, that is why anything that makes Nigeria a country is all about gun and bullets. That is what makes it a country in every other entire world. And this is only a country that did not have official declaration, did not have anything to prove being a country, except that there was forcefully amalgamated. That is only they have. And people are sheepishly listening to it. A white man who come to your country and ask you, oh, you, can you go to Britain? Can you go to England and tell them, from today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, that you, all of you are a mangoro? And let us how they will answer you. That is why you a fool. Those who chain your forefathers are the one. Those who enslave your forefathers with Nigerian government are the one you are happy being with. That what makes you a fool without thinking. And you are not seeing all the news that is going on social media today. How Nigeria is a scam. Ojukwu, let me play this one for you alone. I have your time this morning. I may have your time.
These terror people enter country for how many days now? I don't got the wire them because then they wait for helicopter where one could give them every instrument where they be. I don't got the wire them, but waiting that they roast for year, my brothers and sisters. What they are roasting for year, now person like you.
Hold on. Please hold on. Let me put it on a bigger speaker. What is happening? Why are you not coming? What is going on?
Where Fulani Esme dey for bush, they buy person.
Ojukwu, see your country.
Una no fit detect am. You understand? Una no fit detect am where they go choose video for. These terror people enter.
See them here. Ojukwu, see your country, fool like you.
Wait for helicopter. Where one go give them every instrument.
And they're eating human being. This is your country, Nigeria.
What they are roasting for here, na person like you and a person like me. If partner me, partner you, guys they do for here, so because they are hungry. Now these are Fulanis. When they come out from where then there, people go carry the enter people country to go destabilize everywhere. You understand? Our government, they say they get intelligent units for everywhere. When I go face them for the office, they dare to be a content creator.
Ojukwu, this person na Nigerians.
They for bush, they buy person, they roast am, they chop am. Una no fit detect am. You understand? Una no fit detect am where they go choose video for take record. Una no fit detect where that video for the come. If na content creator, if na activist, if na omoya osowore, una go wan buy everybody wey dey do video. But terror people, una pray. Make una pray them, una no fit pray them. Those people now don dey destabilize everywhere. Yet una no fit capture anything. Because now once make them begin dey budget money every year, that big money wey dey come for insecurity, make we dey continue. Make una do something. We no dey beg una for una to do that work. We no dey force una for una to do that work. We no dey pressure una. But the fact is that you people are not doing anything. I wonder who this give una share in this one.
The answer, Ojukwu.
They came to Africa without visa. They humiliated your forefathers.
They slap your own father.
And they slap your father Ojukwu, tell you that you are Nigerian, a fool like you.
They put chain on their neck like dogs.
The Biafran people has removed this chain.
To their place to do hard labor. After everything, they came back to give you Bible. They told you about heaven, and you believe them. You are a fool.
Ojukwu, you are a fool. Because now these people, you don't get sense at all.
Tell me.
That is what Nigeria did to your forefathers. They chained them. The Biafran people we have removed the chain from our neck. That is why we get ourselves.
Telling you about where you will go and live eternal life. You believe them. You be a fool.
Ojukwu, you are a fool. You don't get sense. That is why writing nonsense here. But the life start like play. The life start with play, and you will take it serious when it's happening. The time has come. Whether you like, we don't want you to be. We are not forcing you to be a Biafran. Why are you forcing us to be a Nigerian? We don't come to your platform and say what to you. Why are you forcing us to be a Nigeria? We said no. We don't believe in that enclave called Nigeria anymore. We don't want it because they put chain on the neck of our forefathers. But today, we have removed the chain by denouncing Nigeria, and they ask you to go to hell, Ojukwu, with you and your so-called one Nigeria. That we don't want it. You are not an Igbo man. You are a Fulani Caliphate, because people know how to change the name and start using Igbo name. Even if you are in Newi, many Fulanis was born in Newi. I have been in Newi now. Don't you know? I have been in Newi. I know there's no part of Newi I didn't know, because I was born and brought up in Anambra. So there is no area I did not enter. And look at what a white man is saying about your country. That's why I have a time this morning. Sorry, let me bring it back again.
The gas pipeline.
Hold on, my people. We have time to educate Ojukwu this morning.
More updates. The gas.
The advert. I don't know why the advert is much this morning.
Nigerians. So today, in the early hours of today,
Ojukwu, see you are Nigerian.
3rd of October, 2025, the early hours of today, in the morning, around 1 a.m.
Do you hear it?
1 a.m. While you guys were sleeping, bandits.
Man, Nigeria happened to you, Ojukwu, and happened to your family.
Konanji is in the Meshegu local government area of Niger State. They attacked that community around 1 a.m. early this morning.
Early this morning?
Today is 3rd of October, 2025.
On second, this is another one on second.
From 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. I'm just telling you facts. No media will tell you this one. For 2 hours, no police, no army. You know, understand? No army, no police. Even as these guys were crying for help, none of these guys will face. No DSS. It was only the local vigilante men.
Ojukwu, the only thing I will now accept from you from continuously attacking Ngozi Orebeze, my deputy prime minister. That is not what I cannot wait for you. If you have a word to say, call me on my phone. That is the only thing I think you can do this time. If you know you have something to say, call me on my number. I will give you time. No insults. So call, so you can be able to express yourself. Call on this number if you are man enough. Plus 973360513337. I have your time, Ojukwu. If you are a man enough, call me on my line. Plus 973360513337. If you're man enough, call on that line. If you know that you're a man, if you're not a woman, if you're not a Fulani, call only on WhatsApp. Tell us how your one Nigeria is working.
Engage these guys.
This is your one Nigeria.
They engage them by Iccpr. And the bandit overpowered the vigilante men.
Are you hearing it?
And unfortunately, we lost one vigilante man. The bandit kidnapped about 3 or 4 persons.
Okay.
I'm telling you something that happened today. Today is third. No media will tell you what happened. No media will report this. No media.
Ojukwu, may Nigeria happen to
I
you?
always tell you, I got your back. As they're hiding it, I'm bringing it out. You don't understand? I know they don't like this woman. They don't like it. That is why they had to call me yesterday. I don't know how they managed to get my contact. I don't know. They called me.
Call me and tell me.
I picked, and they asked me to stop whatever I'm doing. They said stop. I'm telling you fact. I swear on my life. On my life. They said, okay, stop. Stop whatever you're doing. Stop it. They're not happy with me. I was like,
You see it?
What? I'm not what I do here really bad. I'm not drag anybody. I'm not dragging anybody. I'm not scatter anybody. I'm just reporting what is going on so that the world will know what is happening in this area of Nigeria.
Ojukwu, call if you are man enough.
Biafra is the kingdom of heaven. Some of you don't.
If you are man enough, call. If woman is not better than you. Look at those that are destroying
Please follow
Nigeria.
us for more updates.
Listen to this. Your advert is too much. This particular video, I don't know why.
Watching. Please follow us for more updates.
Sorry, my people, this video must play for Ojukwu. So for you to see those that destroy
Watching.
your one
Please
Nigeria.
follow us for more updates.
My people, please hold on. The advert is too much. Don't know why the adverts could not allow
The
us.
terrorists would come. The Nigerian military
Ojukwu,
would
see you
come
and one
and disarm
Nigeria.
local population first.
See your one Nigeria,
They would
Ojukwu.
disarm the local
Listen.
population
not true.
before in fact, what my friends in the middle belt have told me is that they have learned that once the military come around searching house to house to disarm local population, even take their ding guns, they know that the Fulanis are not coming behind. That is the level of complicity that you
So
have.
every of them have been
Look.
dedicated.
It's not just you. Somebody came to national TV, Commodore Laumi. You don't see spooks, military spooks, you don't have spies, you don't see them in daytime. That's not somebody you find on national TV. But the man was sufficiently alarmed by our security circumstances that he sat down in the TV channel and the TV station of channels.
Yes.
And he said it on national TV that there are Boko Haram sponsors sat in the president's cabinet and he had submitted a list of these persons to the president since 2016 and nothing had happened. And we are still talking about a suspicion. All the terrorists would come. The Nigerian military would come and disarm local population.
That is the country of where Ojukwu is residing. Stephen Ojukwu, not Steve Ojukwu. That is the country where, look at your country, where a Boko Haram stop vigilante, take their guns away and kidnap them or even buy them also. That is your country where you are fighting for. That is your one Nigeria, where you love so much. That's why you have made us to deviate a little bit this morning, because I wanted you to be here, so maybe you can learn 1 or 2 things that will help your life.
Please follow us for more updates. The gas pipeline from Nigeria to Europe.
Listen, what is the problem, Ojukwu? This is the main
critical
problem.
part is to connect it to Iccpr, specifically Imo State, that has about the biggest gas deposits in the world. Buhari signed the gas away as collateral for loan and used the money partly to
I have
develop
give you
other
number to
parts
call.
of
It's not
Nigeria,
call, though. That means
and
you're not a
partly to
man.
fund
You are a
Fulani
Fulani man.
to prepare them for full-scale invasion and take over of Nigeria. without investing any of the money in Igbo land where the gas is. To connect the pipeline to the primary source in Igbo land and continue to cheat them of their resource is not going to be easy. So the plan is to destabilize the region.
Do you hear
It's
it?
been long in the
That
making.
the plan is to
This is an
destabilize
agreement with major Western powers.
the Biafran
The first
area.
phase, flooding the region with killer herdsmen and killing young men of the region by mercenaries of one bloated militant, have had limited success. The second phase has just been tested, flooding the region with herdsmen in the guise and in the midst of IDP. Very soon, the Igbo will be painted in orchestrated write-ups all over the world as people unwelcoming to refugees and IDP.
Okay.
There will then be a massacre of IDP by the same planners, and it will be blamed on the Igbo, paving the way for full-scale military invasion. The refusal to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is part of it, and if he is released, he would be assassinated either by the gun to be blamed on rival pro-Biafran groups or by the slow poison they have been administering on him. Both Britain and the US are part of this plan, and they are not ready to let up. It all boils down to the resource called gas. They must have it by all means, as an alternative to the Russian gas that has become a problem to them. They know that the Igbo are no pushover, hence the systematic weakening of Igbo cohesion and the grand plan. For such a plan to succeed, a high-level insider is needed. That is where a Southeast governor is playing his inglorious part. Pope Uzodimma is judicially imposed on his state, and he knows that once his term finishes, he cannot step foot into his state, even into his village where he has massacred several people. This governor is the one facilitating everything. He paved the way for Buhari to start the plan, and he has continued with the present federal government. He will be rewarded with a relocation to the UK or to any other European city of his choice. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is the most strategic politician to come out of Nigeria. He is positioning the Yoruba. Once the war starts in the southeast, the north will depend on him and his people for the continuation of any semblance of Nigeria. The north needs an outlet to the sea. They need Nigeria, in whatever form. Whether Nigeria survives in any form or not, the Yoruba would be strengthened by taking over the spaces both in the literal and other sense vacated by the Igbo. This is what the Yoruba did in the first war. Now the stakes are higher, the price is huger, and the eyes are more opened. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to play the political chess, and all these are related. Know this as a given. Thank you for watching. Please follow us for more updates.
Do you hear Ojuku?
The gas pipeline from Nigeria to Europe.
I'm paying because of you.
The critical part is to connect it to Ola Igbo, specifically Imo State, that has about the biggest gas deposits in the world. Buhari signed the gas away as collateral for loan and used the money partly to develop other parts of Nigeria and partly to fund Fulani herds to prepare them for full-scale invasion and take over of Nigeria, without investing any of the money in Igbo land where the gas is. To connect the pipeline to the primary source in Igbo land and continue to cheat them of their resource is not going to be easy. So the plan is to destabilize the region. It's been long in the making.
What is happening today? Destabilizing of their so-called southeast of Ojuku, and the plan was already mapped out by Bulgaria, the late Bulgaria, and the whole post of them. You leave somebody because of you are a fool, your envy and your jealousness could not allow you to understand that Hope Uzodimma is the one that they use to destroy your southeast. But we Biafran people use our declaration to rebuild and stop all this thing that is happening. The plan is, they said, they map it out and they find out they cannot do it without bringing somebody in. That is why one Nigeria is using you to comment nonsense on my comment section, but you cannot comment again. Sometimes I will free you from my blog, so you can be able to let me know whether your sense is correct or whether you have get small sense. But after that chain that Britain put on your forefather's neck, see holding you. That chain, that by force amalgamation of your so-called Nigeria is what is holding you. You will not leave until you bow down and they ask forgiveness and ask Chukwu Okadiama to do what? To turn you away. So you may to remove that shame from you. And the only way to remove that shame is from any day you stop attacking Ngozi Orebeze, that chain will remove on your neck. The killings that's happening in the so-called southeast, let me use that word for you, who still believe in the southeast. The killing was already been planned for many years ago by the Fulanese and by the Bulgaria regime. And how could they do it? They will not be in Abuja and be in Benue, be all these places they have conquered today to set out this plan out. What happened? They need to come into the house and pick one person. That is why when find out that the person they want to use failed election by having fourth position, they bring him up to first position for them to use him to accomplish the mission. You heard it here from a white man. This is an intelligent investigation that is going on in your Nigeria that you are supporting today. This is what is going on. And they are telling you those that they use to destabilize, those that are the problem you are facing, that Hope Uzodinma is the main key actor that Nigeria is using to kill every blood today that dies in Biafra land, that dies in that your so-called southeast. All the blood is in the head of Hope Uzodinma because he is the one that the Fulanese planted. He used him to organize every other person who obey what they are doing today. But we are assuring you that the University of Biafra, we are going to stop it. We are going to stop Nigeria. And Nigeria will leave very soon because you don't know what it takes to have a document of a declaration, because Nigeria as a country did not have any document of Nigeria. The only country today in the world that are using amalgamation documents as how they become a country in the world is Nigeria. That is why in Igbo they are saying that is why all these killings that I'm going to still show you here is happening. And you Ojukwu, instead of you to bend down, claim you are not Ojukwu, because the only Ojukwu we know is the most wisest man his time, who understand where everything is going, and he want to stop it. People like you sabotage Ojukwu. You are from the line of Iccpr. You are from the line of the Ojukwu senior brother, who Ojukwu give money to go and acquire equipment to face the war. He went there and betrayed his brother and squandered the money. He never come back. That is who you are. Stephen Ojukwu, that is the kind of Ojukwu. The Ojukwu of Iccpr is the Ojukwu you are. Ojukwu of the senior brother of Ojukwu, our internal leader, the first president of Biafra, who fought this war for 3 years. His brother betrayed him. That is the kind of person you are. I give you a number to call. You cannot be able to call. Let me see your comment section next time. Let thunder fire you. Let me see you on my comment section next time. Let thunder fire you. Let Nigeria happen to you. Let them kill any member of your family. The way the killings that is going on in all around. We are not secessionist people. We are not tribalistic people. We are fighting to liberate every indigenous people. The only people who will do it is only us. That is why they map us out like a species that they want to wipe out. But in 1967 to 1970, you did not wipe us out. You will never wipe us out, because the Biafran people has raised up. We have decided to defend ourselves, my people. Let us listen to this. The plan of how to destroy the Igbos and the Biafran people. And what is the plan to stop it? It's only this. In fact, open your mouth and said, I am not a Nigeria. That is only what will save you, that you are Biafra. That is only what will stop this nonsense that is happening. Because another government has to take over. Another new country has to emerge to stop this mission. That is why we have rose up to make our official declaration on November 29, 2024. The shame that Britain put on your forefathers' head, if you see today talking about one Nigeria, that shame is still holding you, and your forefather, you are disgracing them. You were disgraced to them by up to today. Your forefather cried because of the pains, because of the agony, because of the sorrow they went through in the hands of Britain and Nigeria. And they said, never will their children become a Nigeria. That is why Biafra will not die. That is why our declaration was heavily supported by Chukwuka Abiyama to make that official declaration and also the self-referendum vote. That is it. Ojukwu, anytime you come to my comment section again, may thunder fire you. And this is the last time you will appear on my comment section. Because I told you, if you a Biafran who support one Nigeria, call, let us discuss how Biafra is destroying everything. Biafra is stopping this agenda.
An agreement with major Western powers. The first phase, flooding the region with killer herdsmen and killing young men of the region by mercenaries of one bloated militant.
What is happening today in all parts of Nigeria? Is it not killing of the young men? This is number one of the agenda of Nigeria. To wipe away the indigenous young men. And it's going on. And you never ask yourself, what can we do to stop it? The only thing that can stop is that the people, the so-called Nigeria, that people was forcefully amalgamated. That the only coming of Biafra as a new country will stop the killing. You have done everything, even up to now. They have intimidated you, they don't have a chance. You cannot protest in Nigeria. Come out and protest now. Ojukwu need protest for Nigeria to be a better Nigeria. That's what will happen to if you come back the next day. Ojukwu, I'm asking you, if you are man enough who love your one Nigeria, the amalgamated country document that only you, that I was forcefully to become a country and you accepted. I don't have time for nonsense this morning. I don't have time anymore.
Had limited success. The second phase has just been tested, flooding the region with herdsmen in the guise and in the midst of IDP.
Flooding what? The second phase is what is happening. That is why you see Fulanis all inside bushes. They are coming out from there to attack the indigenous people. They are what? They are coming out from there to attack the indigenous people. This is the second phase. And this second phase is very tough. That is why you see the killing, because they have surrendered all the bushes. All the bushes is the IDP camp of the Fulanis, of the bandits, of the Boko Haram, of the Lakrawa, of the insurgents. Anything bad happening in Nigeria, these people that are killing the indigenous people are inside bush. On 2nd, they come out, they killed. On 7th of this October, they come out, they killed. Over 35 people was massacred at 2 a.m. The one on 2nd was afternoon 1 o'clock. The other one was in the night, 2 a.m. They come out. They massacred the children, the youths, old and young, together. Over 35 was buried in mass grave. And you see it, you tell us that you Nigeria, you know, the verse. Thunder fire you. May what has happened to Nigeria happen to you in your country, wherever you are.
Igbo will be painted in orchestrated write-ups all over the world as people unwelcoming to refugees and IDPs.
Do you see it? That their plan is what is happening now. To chase all the Igbos away. So the Igbos will be traveled everywhere. That is why if we see juju, that juju is working. If it is juju, the juju is working. That is why go to see if not that Biafra has been declared, in the next 3 years, Biafran people they will be calling us wanderers. Because we are in every country and people are pulling out every day. People are moving out every day. In the so-called zoo of Stephen Ojukwu, the Ifajuna of our time, the Ojukwu senior brother who betrayed him, who I give number, if you know that you're a Biafran, now it has proved that you're not a Biafran. You're not an Igbo man. That is why you cannot be able to call. I give you number to call, you cannot be able to call. So my people, we must continue. The orchestration of the Biafra land to eliminate the Biafran people and also chase them away to take over the land because of the oil. Do you know that almost every state in Biafra land has oil? Anambra has oil. Imo State has oil. But the one in the Imo State that I have discovered so far is the highest one. That is why they plot the so-called post of those of danger to use him. The people of Imo State today are running away, are dying because of oil, because Nigeria followed the oil more than the life of those who that oil is in their land. That is why you see what's happening in Imo State. You had it here that this plan was well orchestrated between Britain, even America, and they are there. That is why they're not doing anything about this of Master Kano. That is why they talk about Biafra. They will shy away from it. They even make their congressmen to understand that this place is our hope of surviving. None that Russia refused to sell oil the way they're selling it before. So the only brutal area they can go and get oil and kill their people is in Nigeria. Remember, on this platform, we have code hashtag Nigeria government /Finland. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of United States of Biafra, or hashtag Nigeria government. Free president of United States of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Hashtag Finland, Nigeria, Britain. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of United States of Biafra. Please don't forget to do this hashtag. It is very important. It's what we are doing. It's very, very important. After this video, we'll come to after the analysis of this video, we'll come to our comment section back to greet our people.
There will then be a massacre of IDP by the same planners, and it will be blamed on the Igbo, paving the way for full-scale military invasion.
Do you see it? On this plan, they will be blaming the Igbo people, like Ojukwu, who is a fool. They will be blamed. That is where Ojukwu is now. It's no longer Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's no longer Mazi Simon. But now it's Ngozi Orabeze. May thunder when no get brother fire you, Ojukwu. You think that we're playing here? All of you must regret and you must bow down. My anger sometimes is that all of you that are commenting the nonsense are not using your real name. Because if you use your real name, we will detect who you are when we finally restore Biafra and when you will come for your ID card. People never know. That's why, remember how I started the program? That it starts like play. Life is like a play. You will first play before you got serious. People will see it as a play when we are doing protests, when we are carrying placards and whistle, wearing uniform together. It's two people thought it's a play. Now it has become serious. You never know how serious it is. And because of when that one started, you people call it play and don't mind those people, they don't get job, this and that. Today, that is how also the declaration of University of Biafra look like child's play to you people. But those that understand it in the world know what we did. They know exactly what we did. and they understand it. They plan to finish the Igbo youth. They plan to finish the Biafran youth. Who is leading the plan? Hope Uzodinma, who destroyed Biafra land. He will pay him, and they told you they have promised him after you have finished your last movement, we will get you a house, we will get you anything you want in any country of this world of your choice. That is why, because he know that he will never come back to Imo State again. That is the plan. That is the promise they give to him. That is why our leader, that is why our president, Mazen Kanu, told us that they will promise you what you will never have in your life for you to deviate. And what happened? That is why you see a lot of people misbehaving in social media, are talking trash. Who is in Nigeria? Nobody. People that there was forcefully amalgamated in 1914. A white man, Federico Lugard, a man like you, who has what you has in your Uganda, stood up and put chain on your neck, and you accepted. You are a fool. That is who you are.
Refusal to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is part of it, and if he is released, he would be assassinated, either by the gun, to be blamed on rival pro-Biafran groups, or...
Do you see how they set every plan? Even though this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they have even keep so-called the students have the number of Biafra that was assassinate him, but it will never happen because all the eyes of Biafrans are open. The real Biafrans' eyes are open. Nobody will assassinate him anymore. Once he's out, he will be in a safer hand because now we have what it takes to save his life. We have Biafra, United States of Biafra Army, who will save his life, and nobody will near him anymore. And nobody will near him again. The time is over. But I want you to know the plans they had for us.
By the slow poison they have been administering on him.
Do you hear? A white man is telling you that they have given us and can slow poison. They have slowly giving him from food or from water. That is why we are telling them if anything happens to Mazen, even one Mazen can even come outside, Nigeria will not. Nigeria will burn to ashes. It was not a country, a forcefully country that was amalgamated in 1914. That's why everything is under gun and bullets.
Both Britain and the U.S. are part of this plan.
Both Britain and U.S.
To let up. It all boils down to the resource called gas. They
Now,
must
do you hear
have
it?
it by all means as an alternative to the Russian gas that has become a problem to them. They know that
Now, the world to get alternative to the Russian gas, Russia said no. Russia is all you hear Mengala. On hatcho hang upon hatcho hamman. So, or just like before, every Europe is free to go and get oil in Russia. If you are against what Russia is doing against Ukraine, Russia will cut your business with them. This is where the problem is. That is why every boil down in Biafra land. That's why they want to wipe us away. So nobody will stop them from getting this crude oil. This plan is between also America is involved. I believe that should be America of the last president of America. Let me believe that. Because that is when everything is happening like that. Because in the time of the so-called the ex-president of America, he was not a good test with Russia. He was against Russia. But today, what happened? Putin and Donald Trump are best friends. They work together. You see the changes. So everything about what is going on in Biafra land today is all about the oil. That is why our government is telling you that we will stop them making this oil, that in their plan not to use it to invest in Biafra land or in the so-called southeast. In the so-called southeast, that is where you have the worst road ever, where the oil is coming from. The only the cure is to make the oil and take the oil and do what they want. That is what they care for. That is what the world is all about. Not for the benefit of those that has this oil in that land. The oil is the problem. That is why they use Hope Uzodinma to destabilize, to use Fulanis. Fulanis are in all over our country, in all over Biafra land. Go and verify, I'm telling you the facts, with ammunition. They are waiting to the third phase of their where they want to conclude everything. But you must be happy as a Biafran that you have a government who are capable to stop this that is about to happen.
The Igbo are no pushover, hence the systematic weakening of Igbo cohesion and the grand plan. For
Yes.
such a plan to succeed, a high-level insider is needed. That is where a Southeast governor is playing his inglorious part. Hope Uzodinma is judicially...
A white
appointed
man
as
is
state,
telling you the
and
plan.
he knows that once his term finishes, he cannot step foot into his state, even into his village where he has massacred several people. This governor is the one facilitating everything. He paved the way for Buhari to start the plan, and he has continued with the present federal government. He will be rewarded with a relocation to the UK or to
Are you
any
hearing
other
this?
European city of his choice. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is the most strategic politician to come out of Nigeria. He is positioning the Yoruba. Once the war starts in the southeast, the north will depend on him and his people for the continuation of any semblance of Nigeria. The north needs an outlet to the sea. They need Nigeria, in whatever form. Whether Nigeria survives in any form or not, the Yoruba would be strengthened by taking over the spaces both in the literal and other sense vacated by the Igbo. This is what the Yoruba did.
The Yorubas will do what? They will take over social media, like what you are seeing today. The Yorubas will take over social media. It's not what is happening today. That is how you know that the evil they have planted is for a very long time. But the only way you have to be happy as a Biafran is that you have made a declaration of a new country, happened to be University of Biafra, that was being presented to you on November 12th, 2024. That is what will stop this infection. That is what will stop the plans they have to wipe us away. That what will stop it. If not for that, we are not going to be alive. That is things that we all must know and have it in our mind. Today, the so-called one Nigeria, people are telling us to stay. Or the useless people who come on comment section and be commenting rubbish, who could not have commented again. I told you, it's not their time. I don't have that kind of time anymore.
Bless you and thank you for coming.
Listen to this. Ojukwu.
First of all, I want to thank you so much
This is a man from Benue State. Listen.
for the very noble privilege of addressing this gathering. I want to thank the organizers, and yourself particularly, and members of the U.S. Congress. And I want to thank you so much for all you've been doing for Nigeria and Africa as a whole. Before I proceed, please, I implore you to stand up for just 10 seconds to observe a 10-second silence in memory of my brethren, my siblings, my relations, and all victims of massacre in Nigeria. May their souls and the souls of all the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in perfect peace. Distinguished guests, I stand before you today a Nigerian. But more than that, I stand before you as a witness for everything you are saying here, or you've said here. I'm a living witness. So today you are getting a tangible, concrete evidence from he who has been a victim. You, the American people, and indeed the conscience of the free world, have heard stories about Nigeria. You've heard about corruption, you've heard about misgovernance, you've heard about terrorism, and on the flip side, you also must have heard about our great sportsmen and musicians, and our guys in the entertainment industry, and brilliant minds all over the world making global impact in sciences, in medicine, and every other area. My name is Frank Aga Uto. I'm from Yellowwater. the very place where the massacre of last month took place. The village head of Yorota today is my cousin Umagajo. He succeeded my dad, who passed away in 2023. I'm a lawyer and a graduate of the law school of the Northumbria University School of Law in the northeast of England, Newcastle. But today I'm a graduate student at the University of Central Oklahoma. I've come straight from the heart of this unfortunate tragedy. Last month, like I said earlier, over 200 people who are my friends, my family, my neighbors were brutally, gruesomely, in the most cruel manner, killed. But before then, every month, we do record 10, 20 deaths in the hands of these terrorists. But it has never been pronounced because we lived with it in the last 10 years. Last month was different because of the sheer number, the sheer size of what happened. 34 members of my family were annihilated. 34 members of my own immediate family. My auntie was pregnant with twins, was butchered, her belly was pierced, and they removed the twins and slaughtered the twins, the fetuses. My friend who just came to the village that day, he spent 7 years studying pharmacy in the university and had graduated a year ago and had done his housemanship and came to the village and they killed him, that they burned him to death in his room that night. My sister, God's mom, Mary, a very devout Catholic who has been an altar server, who is a 300 level student, that's how we call it in Nigeria, 4-year student of accounting in Nasarawa State University, was butchered and her brain was spilled out that night. Children, 1 month old, 3 months old, aged 70 years, 80 years old, people who cannot flee, were cycled with fell in their room and burnt to death. When this massacre happened, the first call I got, very first thing in the morning, the first 8 names I asked after spontaneously were all killed. The first 8 names. It was that 20% of my village was annihilated. We're a village of about 2,000 and about more than 200 were killed on that day. Relative to America, it's like 30 million Americans to 50 million Americans.
That is how it is. When one person died in America, they see it as even 10 people died. Because of a place that 35 people was massacred. That is where people are proud, I am one Nigerian. A country that kills a baby of 1 month, put gun on the baby of 1 month and wastes his life. That is a country where people like Jovica comes out and talk trash on social media. Look at how a man like him stood up, went to congressmen in Washington, D.C. to address the issue of the Benue people. If not Biafran people who are representing our matter, who is represented? I am in America, in another man's country, that has swear an oath to wipe your village as away because of the oil in Imo State. And you cannot rethink your movement because of they have give you money, you come outside. Thunder fire you, Jovica. Thunder fire you. May Nigeria happen to any member of your family, all of you come to comment section and write nonsense. May this what this man is may this topic that he's addressing, or what is explaining in Washington DC, may it happen to any of you who still believe one and who come to my comment section to comment nonsense. May happen to you, happen to your family. May your family butcher the way his friends and his family, his auntie, who are parents of twins, was open his stomach and remove those babies and waste their life also. What did those little baby did to them? That one that was not even born, the unborn children inside stomach. May this happen to you. No, I might pray.
Full night.
Listen to this, pay attention.
That was just what happened.
Please share and like.
For too long, the true nature of this conflict has been obscured by euphemisms and mischaracterizations. Just like what you say there. Some call it climate change. Some call it
And
racism.
also, my people, I beg you, I need your support on this platform. I want to get a good gadget, so I can play this thing on a laptop. Honestly, the country where that's how it is, I cannot afford laptop for now. But I want to thank those Biafrans who are contributing immensely, because you know how much laptop it is. Apple laptop it is this time around. It's not a small money. So I thank those who are contributing their widow's mind on this platform to get this gadget. So when we come, we can put it on a loud screen, play it, so it will draw my attention using our phone and be showing it, because you know how we look. But if it is on a laptop right now, you know how it's going to be, and the kind of attention is going to draw more than the one that I'm using phone right now. So you can support us through our super chat with your widow's mind. You can support, or you can call me when I will call my number. You can call me on my personal line that you want to support, then I will give you accounts that you can use to support for us to get this gadget. Please, it remains small for us to accomplish it, because the Biafran people are donating seriously for us to get this gadget, to start doing more, because what we are doing is very good what we wanted to do, but the gadget is holding us, because there is where we could have bring everything out and play it here to you, and also you can come in when the video is playing and join me to analyze the video so it can go very viral. Please support us, support this platform. This platform is your own, believe you me. Support this platform. We are not swearing, but I told you that I need this free Biafra more than you. That is why you see me putting my face on the screen to fight for my own freedom, because I want it. I want to become a free man. Like the way I have removed the chain of Britain from the chain they put on my forefathers' head, from their neck, I remove it from on my own side. Have you removed that thing on your own side? The only way you remove it is by standing up for the Minister of Biafra government and support the government and fight for us to get our international recognition, become a full country under as a member of UN. That is all we need. Do that, my people.
You know, but those are the euphemisms for the true context, the essence of exactly what is happening. So we in the Middle Belt have faced a calculated, systematic act of terror, and I'm here to tell you unequivocally that Nigerian Christians, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, have been facing genocide. And of course, that's exactly what's happened. I assure you, when armed militias converge in your village and start killing and shouting the internationally recognized slogan and motto of jihadists all over the world, Allahu Akbar, it's no longer ethnic, it's not political, it's strictly religious. And that was exactly what they were doing that night. That was a chant from beginning to end. They were killing and shouting Allahu Akbar every step of the way. And you know the funny thing? They took 4 hours doing that. And let me paint a graphic picture of what Yerota is. My village is situated on the federal highway, what you call the interstate in America. So it's not a village in the hinterland where the road is impassable. It's a village that is just 25 minutes drive to the state capital, Makurdi, where there's an Air Force base, the Tactical Air Command of the Nigerian Air Force, where they could deploy a drone. It's 25 minutes drive. And in Makurdi, there's the presence of the 72 Special Forces Battalion of the Nigerian Army. And then the next capital, the capital of Lafia, is placed 51 kilometers away from my village. So we are sandwiched by 2 capitals, state capitals, on the highway, on the interstate. And these terrorists operated for 4 good hours burning everybody in the village. That points exactly to what has been an established fact: state complicity.
That is Nigeria. People are Jovika and their cohorts and the stupid two who come and write nonsense. Look at how a man is talking. What is happening in his own village? I'm telling you that this is Nigeria government that is doing it. But you have mouth to call gentle. You have mouth to call Ngozi Arabeze. And you go my comment section, I want to write Ngozi Arabeze. You are right, Ngozi Arabeze is the problem. From when did she become the problem? Just a year ago. Fools everywhere. The Biafran people is doing what this man from Benue State is doing. All this call for what? Disintegration of Nigeria is the only thing that will stop this thing. That is why the Biafran people understand that the only thing that is going to stop what is going on here in Nigeria right now is to divide Nigeria according to your tribal line, according to your religion. All this mess will stop. So when you come to my country to worship whatever you want to worship, then you will obey my law. Today, Britain is crying. Yes, my brother, Finland, if you like, let them know, see it, but the Finland we know. Today, British or England is crying how they will take over their land, that the Muslim has taken over their land. I continue praying every day that that country that the Lugari came from to cause us the pain and the death of over 5 million children of Biafra, that Britain must go through that process. They will fight. They will kill themselves. They will buy themselves because Lugard did it to us. Until today, Britain don't remove their hand in our land, in Biafra land. The killings that are going on, Britain are the ones sponsoring Hope Uzodinma and giving him hope with Nigerian government. May what we passed in 1967 to 1970 happen to Britain, and in addition of what we are passing through from that time till today, may it happen to entire Britain. For anybody who supported Britain and what they did in our land, may also happen to them. I pray. So you witness and know the pains, the agony that the Biafran people has passed and how things has happened to us. People must experience it. Look at the Nigeria. Finland, look at the Nigeria where you are arresting Simon Ekpa. Our prime minister told him that he is sponsoring a terrorist group. He is a financier of a terrorist group. And look at they are telling you those are sponsoring them and do what they are doing. In all over, this is what Simon Ekpa is in contact with the Benue people to stop the killing that happened in the Benue. And today he's no longer out. Look at the level of the killing. On October 2nd, about 10 people was massacred in Benue. October 7th, about 35 people was massacred in Benue. But when Simon, the prime minister, is here, these killings are not in this way in Benue State because the Benue people are in contact with him how to stop these invaders, this Boko Haram, this insurgency. That is why you must, on my comment section, be tagging Finland to release our prime minister, the peace ambassador of the United States of Biafra. The Finland must release him by thunder, by force. Look at the killing everywhere. It's simply proving that Simon Ekpa is right, defending his people. In the first video we play, we have told you how Bulgaria and the Hope Uzodinma plan to destroy it. That's why I use the southeast as Finland may understand it. How they use Hope Uzodinma to destroy the southeast. He is the one that are sponsoring the terrorism going on in Biafra land, going on in the so-called southeast. He is the one, not Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa was defending under self-defense, defending his people. That's why I asked the white people. That's why I asked UN. That's why I asked EU. That's why I asked America. That's why I asked Russia. That's why I asked Japan. That's why I asked France. That is why I asked the so-called England, UK. This human right, is it only for you people? The human rights, is it only for you people or is it for everybody? The self-defense, is it for the black people also? Is it for people of Africa, or is it for only you that is white color? You must tell us. Because if it is, why holding Nnamdi Kanu and we are not talking? Why holding Simon Bande, we are not talking? Why the killings going on in all the as indigenous land? And people are not saying any words. Rather, it's a time, what we are into is when a voice that are saying truth will be humiliated and silenced, and the evil one, the liars are free, the perpetrators are free, the infidelers are free, parading everywhere. And you are seen after all this video. What happens? After all this video, what happened? What is your next action? By now, EU is supposed to sanction Nigeria. We are calling all of you to sanction Nigeria. You are supposed to remove Nigeria as one of the countries that are on the line of EU. By now, America is supposed to sanction Nigeria. Let's forget their father, UK, that will not sanction them. France, Russia, China, all these five world power supposed to lead to prove that they are doing the right thing, but they are corrupt. They are waiting for small going to start before they will join. Are you not a corrupt leader also? You are like also a Nigerian also. That is why you cannot stand up and corrupt. As this program is ending, what the congressmen supposed to pass is a bill of sanctioning Nigeria. What else do you need again for you to know that the killing is too much, both in Biafra land, both all over the so-called Nigeria, both in Biafra land? They are kidnapping our people, they are raping them, they are butchering them, they are harvesting their organ. Let's continue.
Distinguished audience, the Nigerian government, despite its pronouncement, has demonstrably failed to defend us. Time and again, when our villages are attacked, help is either non-existent or deliberately arrived too late. Worst, when our young men, driven by desperation to protect their families, organize themselves in self-defense, they are often met not with support, but with arrest and detention by the very authorities who should be protecting them.
Are you hearing
Making
this?
our communities even more vulnerable. This is not just neglect, it is active disarming of the victims. Therefore, I stand you today to make an urgent, fervent plea, a plea for the conscience of America and the global community. One, I reaffirm what my bishop, the bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Makurdi, Bishop Anagui, said to the U.S. Subcommittee on Africa, Congressional Subcommittee on Africa in March this year, that let's designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. The systematic egregious violations of religious freedom against Christians in northern Nigeria demand this designation. This is not merely symbolic. It triggers mechanisms for focused diplomatic and economic pressure, sending an unmistakable message to the Nigerian government and the perpetrators that the world is watching and will not tolerate this genocide and injustice. Secondly, we need intervention, not indifference. We need active, robust intervention from the United States, the West, and all people of goodwill across the globe. We need monetary and humanitarian aid, very especially, to help rebuild our villages and take care of the medical.
That is where he's making a mistake. How do you want to start rebuilding this building and doing all these things, and that's the same area that the attackers are still there? That is where the common sense is not with him. He's supposed to call for disintegration of Nigeria, to end his dying of his people, to end the dying of his people. That is what he's supposed to mention here. Not to seek for aid to go and rebuild and build hospital. After you build it all finished, they will come back again and bring it down. Why not you first put the measure of the what will stop them from coming to attack the community by disintegrating, by bringing Nigeria on the table or on the ground? Use Kobe cutlass, pieces it, and you become a free nation, and nobody will come to your border to attack your people anymore. My brother from Benue State, that is the mistake you made here in your presentation. Seeking for aid to do what? To build those houses. After you build, they come back. Have they gone? Those that are massacred 35 or 200 and something in your community that kill 8 members of your family, do they arrested? Are they not free from where they are coming? And they are coming to a state attacking today. Benue State of 2023, see the place they are attacking in 2025. And you are mistakenly asking to go and build back. Now they have attacked back and killed 25 people, burned down the houses. Is it among those ones you are seeking for aid? How could you be seeking for aid in a place that you did not secure? That is why now the Biafran people are not building any building in the Biafran land, because we need to secure before we build. Not when we started, Nigeria went to come and burn it down. This is the problem that problem you are making from your speech. But let's continue, my people.
And clothing needs of our people, as well as food. Our people don't have food now. They hardly eat in a day. Beyond the humanitarian aid that is desperately needed, we make the following call. A, targeted sanctions. Impose sanctions on individuals and entities implicated in the persecution and violence against Christians in Nigeria. My brother Steve mentioned some names. Those are the names. These figures are well known. You know, some time ago, 2 years ago, Dubai arrested about quite a couple of terrorists, that's the UAE government, and prosecuted and jailed them. They gave them a corresponding list of their sponsors in Nigeria. The UAE sent that list to Nigeria, and Nigerian government has slept on it up to this day.
Now, let me do something to you again. The so-called
Nigerian police, it be like say on another.
Child, let me tell you something here, my brother. Let me say this in because of Finland. Finland, those are sponsoring those terrorists in UAE was arrested, and when they was arrested, they submitted of name those that are sponsoring them. Alexander Stubb, the president of Finland, is sitting with one of them. The vice president of Nigeria is number 1 person they mentioned on that list, and that is one person Alexander Stubb sit with and be laughing and smiling with a terrorist, sponsor terrorist, the forefather of the terrorist, the current vice president of Nigeria. That is the man who you had a meeting with. After that, he promised you oil. Then you decided to arrest my Simon and put him in prison to fulfill your promise to your terrorist friend that makes you a terrorist either also. Alexander Stubb is a terrorist. That is why he sits down with the terrorist to have a meeting with the terrorist. Any country in the world who has Nigeria, who are working with Nigeria, is a terrorist. Because if you're not a criminal, you cannot work with a criminal either. Hashtag Alexander Stubb, a terrorist. That is why he stayed with somebody that they send his name among number 1 father of the problem that are killing people in Nigeria. You sit with him, you will smile on that picture because of he promised you oil and gas. But can you have it? The answer is no. You will regret what you did at Alexander Stubb. The time is coming. You know that the bad thing always face your face and be very sweet. So my brother, on your presentation to America, you did very well in 2023, but the only thing that you could not be able to put in action, put in your word is that you don't need a humanitarian aid to go and build the bonds in 2023, because those ones you have built in 2023, they have been burned down in 2025. You call for separation of Nigeria, to divide Nigeria, bring Nigeria on the table, bring big cutlass, pieces it, and the killing your people in Benue State will stop. From the day Alexander Stubb took my Simon by away, the problem of the Benue people increased more and more. Look at this video.
Exist again for Nigeria.
See it.
Una don dey select case and issues wey una dey attend to.
Do you see it?
Because una no go tell us say una no see all these bandits with their
Finland, you see what they are doing
inside Nigeria.
America, see this is Nigeria we are protecting.
But if
Britain, this is Nigeria we are protecting.
Una go dey active.
This is it.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu, come see wetin dey happen inside the country where you dey rule. This one a person papa, this one a person mama, person children. Na im bandits dey beat like this inside bush.
You see it?
And one of them na im record this video, post am for social media. Police see am, but dem pretend like say dem no see am, because e no concern dem, because e never affect dem. But make una remember say these people wey dem dey beat so na Nigeria citizens na im dem be. And Nigerian police, e be like say una no dey exist.
Finland, they hope you are seeing. What is happening? Alexander Stubb, the sponsor of terrorists, Alexander Stubb. You see what is happening?
With the atrocities,
this is what is going on.
Nigeria.
This is so-called Nigeria you are protecting. US, the talking that you are talking is not enough, but there is no action. There is no action. Look at it. See it here. Alexander Stubb, American President Donald Trump, EU, UN members. See what is happening. That is why the Biafran people make declaration and we walk away, want to go from Nigeria. You will not stop us walking away. We have walked away already.
Because it not concern them. Because it never affects them. But make una remember, say these people where they beat so, now Nigeria citizens, now them be.
You see it?
Nigerian police, it be like say
they select the case they are doing. See it here. Is it Simon that is doing his Finland? Jovika, is it Ngozi that is doing this? The Stephen Ojugu is on my comments. Is it Ngozi that is doing this? May all this happen to any of you who is attacking Ngozi Ojugu and your members of their families. May they be in this condition. Fools! You don't get sense. Look at it here. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the people. Look at Boko Haram. Look at the way they stand addressing the world, telling you what they are doing. That they want money. Look at population they kill. This is indigenous people. Look at where they are. Look at the flog. Look at the beating. Inhuman treatment. And all of you are there in your country being happy. Jovika, thunder will fire you for crying and utter nonsense from your mouth. You hear it? Yes. They are in charge of Nigeria. God, I need money to get this laptop so I can be able to do things I have in my things I have here to do. So it may go viral.
The other international communities, United Nations,
you see, they no send international community. Is what he's saying. They did not send. Look at it. See it here. See it here. See it. With their gun. AK-47. This is what Nigeria is sponsoring. Look at it. My brother, the one in Nigeria is bigger than every other place. Go and verify. The one in Nigeria is bigger than every other place. Armstrong. That is why you can see congressmen talking about Nigeria today. Tell me in that place in Africa that this is happening. Can you tell me? Tell me that place in Africa, Armstrong, where it's happening, and bring a video to show me. You see it? Please, my people, as you come, please like and share the program. It's very important.
You know
if you
where
do
the
so.
bandits are. You know where
Look at it, the bandits.
You know where Al-Qaeda is. You know where all this Al-Qaeda is.
Look at helicopter.
They know where they are. They know their branches. They are everywhere.
Look at the white man sponsoring killing.
When you ask them, they will say they are neutral. That they are neutral. You know,
no white man is neutral. They are sponsoring what is happening.
A full load of food will be going on a road. Before you know it, they will tell you that it got spoiled. They will abandon a full trailer load of maybe rice or something, goods. They will abandon it in that bush. Before you know it, maybe in the morning, the whole thing, the trailer will be empty. The driver will now turn and start coming back. Then you now ask yourself, is it not this trailer that they say that got spoiled yesterday, that they were able to drive today without mechanic, nothing. The trailer automatically or miraculously become okay. So these people now, this is an organized and a multi-billion project that is going on inside bush, and there's no way you do forest trading to meet forest trading. This one is forest trading. So yes, there's a difference between this one that the guys are doing. They are doing forex trading, and sometimes when they do forex trading, they'll be liking to Yahoo stuff. You get the point? So this one is forest trading, and it is really profitable. We get the point? So this one is profitable to maybe the bigger head in the country. So what are you going to do say about this video?
What are you going to say about it? The where bandit is. Look at Boko Haram. Look at a white man landing with Britain sponsoring.
They know where they are.
You had it on my first video today that the Britain are the one. Look at a white man sponsoring it.
They are neutral.
Britain. They are not any neutral. They are the head of what is going on in Biafra land today.
A full trailer load of food.
Look at
will
it.
Be going on a road. Before you know it, they will
look at
it.
It
got spoiled. They will abandon a full trailer load of maybe
giving them
or
gun,
something.
giving them whatever they want to continue killing the indigenous people.
Before you know it, will be in the morning.
I am looking for that video I said about UK.
The driver will now turn and start.
My people, let it. I thank God it's happening this time around. Look at, see it clearly. Bandits, helicopter. This helicopter, does it fly from inner world? Is it a country that has this helicopter that landed inside bush to sponsor Boko Haram, to sponsor bandits, give them gun, give them food, give them clothes? Look at it here. See them, they are coming to come and collect their gifts. And your problem is Ngozi Arabeze. Your problem is Mazen Nande Kano. Your problem is Simon Eba. Your problem is anybody who is genuinely fighting to restore Biafra, to set indigenous people free. That is your problem. You'll never see something. But my prayer is that it will happen to any of you who are against our declaration, who are against United States of Biafra government, who are against the people in social media who bring this news that you cannot see in any media, Nigerian news. They will not show you all this one, but we're here to bring it to you. So please, when you come, please continuously like and sharing the program. Like and share, please. Like and share. You see it happening. This is what people are passing through. This is what people are going through on it. Look at it. Alexander, stop. See it here. The Fulanis, what they are doing. Look at them. They are going to attack village. This is the so-called one Nigeria, where people are proudly, Jovika is calling Ngozi Arabeze's name. This is what is going on. You see it? Let me show you more. See it here. This is Nigeria. What is happening now? This is Nigeria that Jovika is talking about. This is Nigeria that the world are muting themselves. My prayer is that if you have seen all this happening in Nigeria and you refuse to divide, refuse to condemn Nigeria, may it happen to your account so you will feel the pain of this family. Look at how many copies do you see here? Over to the something people. The indigenous people of Hausa. See the way he's crying. This one is it from Biafra land? This is what Mazinande Kano, Mas Simon Eba, and Zongozo are preventing to happen in Biafra land. And the Jovika is very stupidly talking to a social media. See it. This is what they do. This is them moving in Biafra land where there is no terrorists, searching for indigenous people, searching for Biafra army who are defending the land to stop this. This is what they are doing. But you will go, you will not come back. All of you. All of you will come. Because Master told us that your journey will end where? In Biafra. Sorry, there is a video I want to play. I'm looking for that video. Because it is coming. The time is here. UK, they will receive it woto. That thing they did to us, they are going to receive it back. The day we know. Because people think that we are playing. Jovika, yes, thank you so much. Easy way. Jovika, the slave. Jovika, the slave man. I could not see the video I'm looking for. So my people, our line is still open before we go into into another session of the rights of our voting and why the voting is very important. So anybody who wants to call, according to the video that you have played and whatever you have to say in your mind, you want to lay it out. The number to call is +9 7 3 60 51 337 if you want to call on this platform. Yes, we have our first caller. Yes, easy way. Mas, good morning.
Mas, good morning.
Good morning from here. Yeah.
Thank
you so much. The
president of Biafra, and Mekelia, when I came over to Bia, Master Simon Eba, the Prime Minister of Biafra. Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, the Deputy Prime Minister of Biafra, United States of Biafra.
Yes, sir. So,
my brother, ewa mo tutupu makana ana azo ko obrezo aja maka nkuzi gi. In fact, on aba every day by day you work for that. I get from here if ko over here with a question answer we illustrate here to DPM or the police and they watch it for the people gang on over and over there. So you see the one them who's your body about one name. fact ọ bara many people right.
Thank you so
So
much.
ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu ya bụ na gịnị like this man ndere bụ efulefu ọ ya kpatara ji wee bata because ikwupụtara okwu ya iwu that man ịgba ọ ya bụ na-ekwu okwu na people ndị ajụ ụka cover up that man dịchachara so stupid so evil that ga-apụta were abụm ụka kwe na-ekwu ya dịka
ndị bụ ndị ụka
ebe anyị
Junior Martin Luther King bụ onye ụka ọ ya liberatri America. Kedu ihe ọ na-eme nwa bụ nzo iflefu
is
that the Reverend Father?
ndị ihe ejiri ụka banyị na Naijiria abụ otu esi aka ya na abroad anyị nọ ka ndị iwe na-agba gị mana adịra tọn nke ebe anyị bred anyị adị mana dịkwa na-eme ihe a na abroad fụ ka esi dị ebe ahụ ka ezi ihe bụ na onye na-azụ njem nnwere onwe ka ọ fọdụziri wee sizie nọ evil person ka ọ bụ a sị na evil agba akọlatakwa akọ na biya je tiri ọnwụọ etu a ka ọ dị nke a na-akpọ dibịa akọ na uche ka a gbara afụ ọnụ nwanyị a sị na our eternal leader bụ Digbo Emeka Ozugbo bụ Ojukwu ọ sị na ya cause problem enwere na Igbo land ruo today that man bụ evil dibịa akọ na uche ahụ
dibịa enweghị uche ọ bụrụ dibịa enweghị uche ọ bụrụ dibịa akọ na uche
anụ ọhịa ka ọ bụ anụ ọhịa ya na ha ịma ha ma ijele ma ikenga nke osunuru azụ a ha nchara arụkọ but aka ya ebicha ha nchara ana a sị gị nwanne jisi ike na nkụzi na-akụzi
they must bow now. That is where we are.
Nkụzi maka na ihe ị na-akụzi bụ ihe anyị mere expect ka many sị na ha nọ na this social media for long na-akụzi ọ bụrụzie onye ahụ ịpụta sị na ya chọrọ ịresign kama ọ ya anakpubi ya jezu ike ọ pụtazie mgbe ya na ihe ụmụ ụwa na-azụ ya bamba na ya na ihe a na-agwazi ya na onweziri ihe onye ji apụta na social media bịa kwuo okwu Biafra eke
mba ifere ọrịa ifere gorogoro mbụ so ya apụtakwa wute mbụ ya
ọfọ Pita ọrụ onwe ya ọkwa kemgbe ọ sị na ya apụta ka ya bịa mee afọ exposition ọza ihe ọ na-emezi bụ onye pụta ọkpọ ga-afọ ya ga-ebe expose mebi ọnwa ihe gị na ya kpara asịrị na mgbe a na-enwe njem nwere onye ọbụla cheda ọbụ mmadụ ọ nwere ike wu ihe gị na ya kpagburu dị anya ojidezie ya aka na ya pụtara ya dozie expose were nke ọsọ ya n'ime dreg ụbọchị anyị na-echi ya pụtazie bịa be ọkpọsọ ya pụta live for 2 days maybe ya etile ike onye chọrọ ịbata abata anyị na-echi ya ka ọ pụta ka anyị je gwu ya okwu na platform ya who the hell is him ọ bụ afọ ka onye ọbụla si ekwupụrụ gị na ka isi chuzo paatị a ịbụrụ ụbọchị mbụ ara platfọm Humble Lion si na-eyi onye ọbụla ji efefolobe maazị Chiro na paatị ọ na-efolo paatị na n'ihi na akụkọ ya woto ịghọtago
Thank you so much.
Asị gị jisi ike because ọgụgboro ụwa anyị alụcha narị ya ịghọtago
ihe anyị na-aka abịa ka isi bụrụ onwe anyị. Go on my brother, yes, go on.
Ihe ọzọ chọrọ ikwu okwu ya ndị nọ na platfọm anyị na-ege ntị bụ ndị Anambra be anyị Old Anambra ọdịbọ egwu steeti o rukwere anyị na orukwuru because na elekshọn a ga-egosi mba ụwa ka anyị si wee kwado onye ọbụla pụta bịa sọpọtụ our defense onye ọbụla pụta bịa sọpọtụ our defense gba ndị ike mba ma ndị ọma mbala all the Old Anambra steeti pụta dị jee sọpọtụ una steeti so that ka anyị nwere nke a wee gosi the example because na ihe a bụ mmalite ihe ahụ a na-ekwu a sịgara Maazị Nnamdi Kanu our president kwuru sị na Biafra na Anambra Old Anambra bụ isi Igbo isi Biafra ha bụ diọkpara adebe aka onye ebido iwe ọchịfụ na eri na-eme according to the will of Chukwu Okike Abịama maka na mgbe ọ sị na nwaanyị pụta ha anya n'ije a na Biafra abịara echewọbụ okwu ndị gụrụ ohere ọkụ ya ka afọ ya na ọ na-eme
aka jibo ha na hafụrụ mgbe anyị na-eme agitation n'ihe egwuregwu hafụkwala the direction n'ihe egwuregwu maka ezi ebe anụ nkịta ị ga-agbakọzi wepụzie n'onwe ego Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so
So,
much.
Jisike, my brother.
Thank you.
Jisike, thank you, my brother.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Jovika, I played this video because of you.
The whole world go down and Nigerians, they came to Africa without visa. They humiliated your forefathers.
Jovika, for you.
Your own forefather. They rape your own foremother. They beat them. They put chain on their neck like dog. They take them as slaves to their place to do hard labor. After everything, they came back to give.
Sorry, after this call, we continue. This video must play fully for Jovika. Mazuche, good morning from here.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, dear friends. Good morning, the President of the United States of Biafra, Martin Nandekano. Good morning, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, Simon Epanjokro. Good morning, Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Good morning, all the genuine Biafrans. Good morning, the men and women. Good morning, good people. My brother Chino, you don't need to talk about this Jovita. Jovita is the animal. It's a fool. It's an animal. It's working for Oho. Everybody knew. If you're a reverend father, or if you're a pastor, or whatever, they call yourself, if you lock yourself, pray from today to next year, without go outside in the abroad to go and work and get your daily bread, there is no how you get money to feed yourself, you know?
Yes, sir.
And you come to Nigeria on all the people, all the whole Igbo, or the whole Nigeria people in the diaspora, some are blind, some are working, saving their money, giving to carry their money, giving all the churches in Nigeria, right? Millions of billions on billions, you know, supporting them. But some of them cannot support the restoration of Biafra. Some of them are Biafra. 95% of them, they are Biafra. Sending their money for the churches, building mansions, but they cannot support their freedom of their own, for their own children. Is it not a shame to them? If they are waiting for somebody to tell them what to do, is it not a shame? They all these money, billions of naira, they are dollars, they are giving to them in Nigeria here. Why can't they share this money even into four? Use one, support this restoration. Why? This is what I'm asking Biafran people. Why? Why they are so wicked? Why we are so? All of them, they are in the Western world and they know how you work. Everybody go to work. Everybody get their money through work. If you work every month, then pay your salary. If you lock yourself praying today to get back into the home without work, nobody will feed you. Get no money. Why can't then they open their eyes? They still have this mentality of Nigeria people to pledging them to go and pray and fasting so that tomorrow heaven will come from I don't know how we have this heaven is a the God, everything that God has said have already come out for the mouth of man, our president. Yes, called Martin Nandakan. What are you waiting to hear again? What do you want to hear again? What do you want to hear again? What do you want to hear again? You see, this man you are playing, this man is the most foolish person in this world I see. I've never seen, you know?
Yeah.
So now you see, Nigeria people and the Biafra people said it already. All. He said, this the war will start in our land and in this all. And our deputy prime minister said it already also. The war have stopped in our already, right?
Yes.
Then he said also the election. Again, our president said it also. Now Anambra will be the head to start on this election. Now what is going on? Now what is happening now? Election we want to do in Anambra, brother. It will shock the world. Where it will be this, everybody will see what this government is working. Now, even the people don't believe, will believe by fire, by force. I swear to God Almighty. If you see what is going on, brother,
Yes, sir.
He will respect this mother of Biafra.
Are you telling me?
Pray and say, God,
Yeah.
God bless this mother. God bless this mother. God bless this woman. Bless this woman in the morning, in the day, in the afternoon, in the evening. God. You know, people don't know what this woman did in the kill land. Only those who are those who are with God will know exactly what this woman did in the kill land. You see, now everybody is talking this. Brother, if you see what is going on, bro, he will every morning he will say, God bless this woman.
It's because of I know what is going on. That is why you see me on social media every day, because I am playing.
I know. Not
so,
you. Sorry, not you. I mean other people. My brother, until 2 days ago, my brother, your voice was viral. This is the highest viral your voice go this day, brother. Keep on pushing. We are watching. We are strong watching, bro.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, those who don't believe I fire by force. It's the time.
Yes.
Thank you, dear friends. Thank you, the good people. Thank you, my brother. Continue your good work here. Working. God will bless you.
Amen.
If you're talking
Bless
about
you
to go 247, we should put the end. People want to come out to go to Nigeria, you will take their name and give their gift. He's been working with them already since all this while. He is with one leg here. Well, this time we are going to church every time. There's one Bible they used to give us in the church. They said this is the only at your father, Ugo was like, green snake, but God, you see this Biafra struggle says, if you are not straightforward.
Enwe ndị be anyị na-ekwu n'okwu Igbo, ndị be anyị na-ajụ dibịa na-agwọ oturu iki ọdị n'elu. Ugo na-ekwu okwu ndụ ya ekere ndụ ya eke.
Onye ka ọ bụkwara onye na-egezi ege na is go already in shape. He said, and after that, actually start looking at the who are you? How damn are you? My brother, continue.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, good Biafra.
Yes, he said.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Please, my people, if you never subscribe, if it's the first time coming, please, you will see a 3 dots in front of your phone. Just click on that 3 dots. It will open. You will see like and share, and also reports. So anyone you prefer to that is good for you, go on and do it. If you are first time coming on this platform, this is Real Biafra TV. We ask you also to subscribe on our YouTube page. Turn notification on so you know when we are coming out, when we are back online. So please look at in front of the one I'm pointing my hand. On your right hand in front of your phone, you will see a 3 dots. Just click on it. After you click, it will open. You will see like and share. Please do that for us. Yes, our line is still open for phone call. As we are playing this video for Jovica, the stupid slave with the Emuga Kolushe Mwadibia Arana Aba.
Before many of us go realize what they talk for here, the whole world go down with us. They came to Africa without
Triple M, good morning. Sorry. I see my senior comrade here. Our line is still open. Let me greet everyone in the comment section because today I think it's like I am very bitter because of some comments I see on my comment section. So I did not greet my people. Sorry for that. Pardon me on that, please. Pardon me on that. Let's go to the beginning. Yes, I greeted only 2 people today. The first one who ever come here, that is Michelle and the Benchinaka. Good morning from here. I greet Wachuku. Good morning from here. I see Joseph. Good morning from here. I see my friend in this country where I am. Zaid. Good morning from here. Ali Zaid. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. I see Ogonaya. Good morning from here. I see Vivian. Good morning from here. I greet you. I see Ogolu. Good morning from here. I see Echo TV. Good morning from here. I choose. Good morning. I see Sunday. I greet you all. I greet you all. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for all you do to be here. I see Daniel also. Good morning. Davis, I see you also. Good morning. I see Christ Biafra son. Good morning. Chris Biafra son. Good morning. I see my senior comrade Triple M. Good morning from here. I see Blessing. Good morning from here. Easy Way. Good morning. I see Eze. Good morning. I see who else again? I see Jose. Good morning. And Triple M. I see Coaches 042. Thank you so much for coming in. I greet you all. Thank you so much for coming. Please like and share as you join us as we move.
And your forefather, they slap your own forefather, they rape your own foremother, they beat them, they put chain on their neck like dog, they take them as slaves to their place to do hard labor. After everything, they came back to give you Bible. They told you about heaven, and you believe them. You are a fool. God have mercy upon you. You not get sense.
Jovika, you no get sense.
People went
Give you one call Ushe. You won't put any sense.
Father, they came back with Bible, telling you about heaven, telling you about where you will go and live eternal life. You believe them. You be fools. All of them are not get sense. I'm supposed this thing. And they talk this thing now. All of them they look at like that. Blessed don't go smoke again. Before many of them go realize what they talk for here. The whole world go down.
Yes, so yes, my people. Thank you all so much. Yes, we are going to our headline right now because our people are here. So for our election that is coming up, the backup, the right of the people, why we have to do it, why we need to do our voting without recognition. Then that is what you see on the capture, on the headline. That is what you see on the headline. The right of the people to vote without international law. The article of the one of the international law, what it told us to do, Article 25 of the Iccpr. They have something to tell us. So I want you to look at to know that there is even an international law that back us up in what we are about to do. So that you may, those for you in abroad, for you in homeland, why you must come up, why you must do it, why you must oppose the election. Now that we have make our official declaration of a new country called United States of Biafra, the right to vote. Is it our right to vote? Is it our right to vote? We are going to find out under the international law how is our right to vote and why the votes are very important now that Biafra has been officially declared. Now please, we are going into the main program of the day. Everything we are doing today is the main, but this is for ourselves in terms of what we are about to do. This is our own. So there is a reason why we must do this now that we have finally do what? We have finally make our declaration, and with our declaration document, why it is very imperative that the people of Biafra has the right to do their voting of the election and why you have to do it. So pay attention, so you will see what you use to answer the enemies. How the new nation has their right to do their voting without international law supervising the election, without international bodies coming to supervise it. A country like Kosovo is a country. They are going to play match today, or they played yesterday. In many Africans, now they are playing World Cup qualifiers in every country, every continent. You will see many names that you never had before. They are a country without international recognition. they are there doing their thing. And also, our government must adhere to sports team side to prepare a team to be registered under CAF, under FA, for our own team to participate in. It's also how we are pushing forward. It's not child's play. People may not understand it. People may do not understand it. But you as a Biafran, you have to understand what we are doing. So listen as I play this voice, the right of the people. What does it mean for us to vote?
The right to vote for the population of a newly declared state like the United States of Biafra USB is based on its own internal legal and political framework, rather than on its level of international recognition.
Do you hear it? The right to vote for the population of a newly declared state like the United States of Biafra, USB, is based on its own internal legal and the political framework rather than on its level of international recognition. Without international recognition, look at this, the right to vote. There is why when I read such a thing, I laugh. You know, our history has started entering into archive, into Google. Our history of our own. When I ask questions these days, I put my name to ask. Let me know that if this name, University of Biafra, what we are doing is the right thing. That is why our history. Look at what I type. And I got what I'm going to read. I'm going to read out to you. I just type after declaration of independence for University of Biafra. Do they have right to vote? This is what I type in Google. And the next thing I saw is what I just read out to you. Here, listen to this.
Here is a breakdown of the rights and realities involved. 1. The right to vote as an internal/constitutional matter. Internal right. The moment a new state or government, like the proposed USB government, declares independence and begins to establish its own laws and institutions, it is free to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own constitution or founding documents. The act of self-determination, which the Biafra movement is based on, is fundamentally about the right of a people to choose their own political future and form of government, known as internal self-determination, which typically includes representative government and full suffrage. Therefore, the USB government would have the power to create a legal right to vote for its citizens within the territory it claims to govern. 2. The right to vote as an international human right. Article 25 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Iccpr, and other international human rights treaties recognize the right of every citizen to participate in public affairs, which includes the right to vote and to be elected at genuine periodic elections. While an unrecognized state like the USB is not a party to these treaties, its founding principles are often rooted in these international human rights, and it would be expected to uphold them. In short, the people in the territory have the human right to participate in their government, and the USB government would be expected to enshrine this in its laws. 3. The practical reality, effectiveness of the right. The main challenge for a declared but unrecognized state is not the existence of the right on paper, but its effective exercise. Effective governance. The ability to actually hold free, fair, and secure elections depends entirely on whether the USB government can establish and maintain effective control over its claimed territory and provide security for the electoral process, especially in the face of opposition from the Nigerian government. Citizenship. The right to vote is tied to citizenship. The USB government would need to establish its own citizenship laws, determining who is a citizen of Biafra eligible to vote. Conclusion. Yes, after a declaration of independence, the United States of Biafra would have the right to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own founding laws, and this right would align with fundamental principles of self-determination and international human rights. The practical exercise of that right, however, would depend on the new state's ability to achieve and maintain effective political and territorial control.
I hope you followed me. I hope the voice come out clearly or loudly. Did you hear? Did you follow the document? Are you with me? Do you hear it clearly, or do I play it again without saying before I will start do my analysis this morning. Did you follow? Did you listen? Are you happy with what you had now and from what you have from our DPM 2 days ago or 3 days ago? With this you are hearing right now on the right of the vote, I see when our DPM will come out and be using a very loud voice and strong mind to tell you something about the vote, about the right of the Biafran people. She is studying all these laws. Remember, there is a law that they quote for us here. The right to vote as an international human right, Article 25 of this law, Iccpr, at the article of 25 is where we have all these rights, and also the article of 24. These two articles of this law gives you, as a Biafran, after our official declaration, under USBG government, right to go and vote. And it means that the population of the people has the right to do their voting. According to our own law, now that we are not fully recognized under international law, it is our right for our voting process to choose our governors. To choose what? Our governors in the 40 states of United States of Biafra. From one state to another state. This is how the election will be conducted. As despite as of the present now, that Nigeria is occupying our land, that we have right to vote after our official declaration with our government, with our effective government of the United States of Biafra. We have our right to vote. This is an international law that supports, now that we are not even on the level of the international recognition also. But we have a right. A country like Kosovo, Northern Cyprus, there is many countries like that. Go to, now they are playing Nations Cup qualifiers. Even in Africa, go down and check it right now. I wish I with the other phone, I could have showed you many countries that you don't know that they are existing, but they are playing World Cup qualifier. Many countries. Many countries that did not even have international recognition, but they are playing football as a country. They are having their own currency. They are having their own presidents. They are having their own governors. They are having their own senators after their declaration, and once they have agreed to be a country of their own, they work towards it, they achieve it. That's why I told you, you may look it like a child's play, but it's reality and it's happening in our own time. Let's go deep to the analysis of this particular video, the rights.
The right to vote for the population of a newly declared state like the United States of Biafra USB is based on its own internal legal and political framework, rather than on its level of international recognition.
Yes. The right to vote for the population of a newly declared state like the United States of Biafra, USB, is based our election based on our own internal legal and the political framework, the way we want it. We are the owner. We are the one to decide on it. We are not like Nigeria, who a white man, Frederick Loluga, decided what they would be doing. Until today, they are still doing it. Once election come, you will see them run to Chatham House in Washington, in UK, to decide who will be their president. We are not going to be like them. Our constitution is going to give us, our political framework is what we are going to follow. Not for anyone to come and dictate for us how we will conduct the election, the principle and the guideline we are going to use. We are the one to do it by ourselves. As a population who are living in the territory of the newly declared country, like United States of Biafra, in bracket USB. Here is a breakdown of the rights and the realities involved. Listen.
Here is a breakdown of the rights and realities involved. 1. The right to vote as an internal/constitutional matter. Internal right. The moment a new state or government, like the proposed USB government, declares independence and begins to establish its own laws and institutions, it is free to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own constitution or founding documents.
Do you hear it? Internal rights. The moment a new state or government, like the proposed USB government, declares independence and begin to establish own laws and institutions. That is why before our declaration, our constitution is well prepared and kept down for us. Every state, despite international law, has their own law as whether old country or a new country. Once you want to become a country, you must implement your own law that guides your own country, your own nation, your own state, whatever it may be called. After the declaration of independence, you must begin to establish these laws. How can we establish it? By conducting this election, and this is how the election will go, this is how it's not going to go. It is our right. It is free to gather the citizens, to the citizens the right to vote under its own constitution or founding document. Are you hearing it? Nobody will come to control us. Nobody will come to. This is how we prove that we are in charge of our newly declared country by our effective government that is controlling the newly country that was declared. So I want to know that as vote is about to happen in Old Anambra, people of Old Anambra, we are calling on you. As some one of you from Odimegu State. I am from Odimegu State. I am calling my fellow brothers in Odimegu State to come out fully to support, to do their voting. This voting is part of the way, legal way, we are chasing Nigeria government away from our land. This voting is to also prove that the United States of Biafra, USB, are in charge, are in control of the territory, of the borders of the Biafran states. The citizens have their right to vote under our own constitution that is in Amazon, where you can go and see it. These are part of the things we have to do. This is what they ask us to do. It is our right. This is what is called, it is our inalienable right to vote. So the people of Old Anambra, Iccpr, Odimegu, Obambala should come out fully on November to exercise their right of voting under our own constitution. This is how to prove that you are a country. By also, I want you to know, by you coming out to vote is also part of chasing Nigeria away without gun. Rather, the current, the right document of election is also an evidence that the Biafran people do not want to belong to Nigeria anymore. The process has begun. Join the moving train.
The act of self-determination, which the Biafra movement is based on, is fundamentally about the right of a people to choose.
Listen, the act of self-determination, which the Biafran movement is based on, is a fundamental about the right of people to choose their own political future and form of government known as internal self-determination, which typically including the representative government and the fully sovereignty.
Their own political future and form of government, known as internal self-determination, which typically includes representative government and full suffrage. Therefore, the USB government would have the power to create a legal right to vote for its citizens within the territory it claims to govern.
Do you hear it? I am doing this to assure you, so for you to know, to have a for you to know that our DPM are not just beating around the bush. He's not just teaching others. He's not just telling you things that's not unthinkable, things that is undoable. No, he's saying that you can be able to do. Now that we don't want to chase Nigeria away by gun, now that we want to look at the world, how peaceful we are. The vote, you voting is also in a way of you. Our voting also including that you as a Biafran, you that you don't want Nigeria really, not by saying, but by action. The wisdom Chukwu Okabiama give our DPM to in this time around is top notch. Somebody like me, I pray that Chukwu Okabiama to give him more than the wisdom he gives Solomon, because in the time of Solomon, what we are passing through right now, Solomon did not pass through. That is my prayer to her. I hope you are hearing this. Listen to this. Therefore, the USB government would have the power to create a legal right to vote for its citizens within the territory that we claim that we are governing, because Nigerian government are still under our. That is why they use that word here, that we claim. But in that land, in that territory, in that country that we are claiming that we have authority on it, that we have the right to conduct election there, to do our voting. The government has to use their own legal law to protect the vote and make it to be peaceful one.
2. The right to vote as an international human right. Article 25 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Iccpr, and other international human rights treaties recognize the right of every citizen to participate in public affairs, which includes the right to vote and to be elected at genuine periodic elections.
Do you hear it? Number 2, the right to vote as an international human right. Article 25 of the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights. Under international law, civil and what? Article 25 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Iccpr, and the other international human rights treaties recognize the right of every citizen to participate in the public affairs, which including the right to vote and to be elected at the genuine period election in Biafra land. It is your right, it is my right, it is our right in general. Togetherness. To conduct this vote. For you to participate on it. For you to vote. The restoration and declaration and the recognition of Biafra everything is going to be Obaribogari. People can if you want everything is solved or make it. Then had I know now come into your life. So to avoid that, go and vote right now. Go and vote the day the vote will started and keep your vote as an evidence so that you are not against this government. All these things will be documented though. Because tomorrow when you will find work come, we're gonna start Biafra because your local brain is not working. You are not using your common sense. You are reasoning from your anus. That is why you don't know that Biafra has come. That after reading all this law to you, you are still being fool like Jovika. Let me remind you here again. The right to vote and international human rights. Article 25 of the Covenant of the Civil and Political Rights, Iccpr, and the other international human rights treaties recognize the right of every citizen to participate in the public affair, which including the right to vote and to be elected at a genuine period election for the people. Now, you could only Biafra. Na enwere iwu mba ụwa ihe gbasara ndụ mmadụ, ihe gbasara ngị nwa na onwe gị nwere. You have a call, please, so let us check the call. If it is a call for what we are doing. Sorry, this is a private call. Please, I'm on live program. I will call you later. Please, I am on live program. When I finish, I will call you. So, my people, let's go back. The number 2 is where we are, where they prove the law that support us to conduct election as a newly declared election, or they call it, therefore, the US government would have to prove power to create the legal right after that they say that we are claiming our right, that we are claiming that we want to vote on the right, we are claiming the right that is our own. So even though we are claiming that this territory belongs to us right now, that we also have the right to conduct our election in our own time of frame law and the constitution and the legal way. We must continue.
While an unrecognized state like the USB is not a party to these treaties, its founding principles are often rooted in these international human rights, and it would be expected to uphold them.
Do you hear it? Why an unorganized state like the USB is not a part to the treaties? It is founding principle and effort to turn into this international human right, where our own law that guides us is coming, and it would be expected to uphold them. They say we should uphold this law of human rights now that we are about to conduct election, and in the midst or in the eve of the election. And before the election, we need to be seen ourselves as a people who understand what it takes to be a country that the world will going to give recognition, not a country of woto, not a country who carry gun on their neck and be showing because you're not a Boko Haram. This is the truth. This is what they're telling us to do. And that is what the government is doing. That is why we are no longer in the era of woto. That is why we are no longer in the era of joining on social media. No, but we are in the era of reconciliation, dialogue, diplomatic, political, and also our voting to prove that we are in charge and to prove that we want Biafra. We mean it that we don't want to be in Nigeria anymore. That is why you are voting for your new country called United States of Biafra, despite having a dispute that Nigeria is still in our country. These are truths that we must follow. Please, if you never like this program, please, I beg you to like, share this program, let it go viral. So the fellow Biafrans, we understand the game that we are into and what we have to do at this time around. That is why it's very important if you do so. If it's your first time of coming, you will see the way I'm pointing my hand on my screen now, on the right hand of my screen, you will see a 3 dot. Just touch on that 3 dot, it will open, then you will see like. Then like the program. Let others know that we are live, we are direct. This is an international law that supports us and also giving us a guideline how we uphold the human rights law that guides us to do election as a newly country was declared, like the USB. Listen.
In short, the people in the territory have the human right to participate in their government, and the USB government would be expected to enshrine this in its laws.
Do you hear that? In short, the people in the territory has their rights, the human right to participate in their government, and the US government would be expected to enshrine this in its law. This our law should be guide us. Our law should be also enshrined with all these human rights, international laws that are for the human being. And the government, that's why I keep on telling you this word, that your government is doing all these things. They are not leaving any stone unturned. They are turning every stone under peaceful movement. Now that Biafra is officially been declared, that nobody will stop us anymore, and Biafra can never be declared again. Because we have effective government. That is why the history of USB is moving into every app this time around. Because we are changing the history. We are the one putting our history there. Let us go number 3.
3. The practical reality, effectiveness of the right. The main challenge for a declared but unrecognized state is not the existence of the right on paper, but its effective exercise. Effective governance. The ability to actually hold free, fair, and secure elections depends entirely on whether the USB government can establish and maintain effective control over its claimed territory and provide security for the electoral process, especially in the face of opposition from the Nigerian government.
Do you see? We are not forging the story. The story is being told the way it is. The practical reality, effectiveness of the rights, the main challenge from declared but unorganized state is not the in existence of the right on a paper. Na im the declaration aya abụ na akwụkwọ ka a na-edi ya. Ọma abụ na akwụkwọ. Amanji dị na akwụkwọ wee confirm na ya bụ gay nation. Kama our action. It only saw CG for congressmen nke Ogenkere and the lobby. It's not the way either to prove that we are fully nation. But it's effective exercise, effective governance, the ability to actually hold free and fair and secure election depend entirely on whether the US government can establish and maintain effective control over its claimed territory and provide security for the electoral process, especially in the face of the oppressor from the Nigeria government. Do you see what is the work? Do you know what we have to do? Do you see what the government needs to do here? Naim the declaration of Biafra na-ekwu okwu ya abụọ nke a na-ede n'akwụkwọ maọbụ ya bụ ebute akwụkwọ gwara gị declaration. No. All Biafra nke nwere effective governance that are preparing for election in the Biafra land. That is what you are saying na ife agba n'aka dị ka watch na mmadụ a na-eji enyo ego ekiri watch. That is why you have effective government. The ability to conduct the election free and fair. Depend entirely on whether the US government can establish and maintain effective control over its election and also the territory of the Biafra land. That is why this election is very important. It's also to legitimize Nigeria peacefully without gun and bullets. This is where Batobia called you when all sort of things happen, is drawing attention of the world and calling for a round table meeting to settle it finally. These are the things that we, the Biafran people, as we are preparing for election, I want you to know there is law that backs you up. Tomorrow, I will bring another one to show you how many laws, articles that backs you up after this 25 that we're reading today. Not only 25. Some that you are doing, that you have up to 4 backup of charter, of article that backs you up. Why don't you think that you are doing the right thing? And the people must come out in full, in mass to vote. The way the government give you instruction of how the vote will go, for also to prove that the government will also provide a security outfit that is going to protect the people that are coming to vote on that particular day. Claiming territory and providing security for the electoral process, especially in the face of the oppressor or opposition from the Nigeria government, because they want to do everything to stop the election. Are you getting it here? Especially in the face of the Nigeria government as our oppressors. We will look them in face. We will conduct our election peacefully. We will not allow them to make us to move into violence the day of our election. Even though they will trigger to do that, the capacity to control the election in a peaceful way is also for the international body to know how prepared and how determined we are for our new country, and how fanatical we are about Biafra as a new nation. We must continue. Remember this place. Remember here very well. Free and fair to secure electoral depending on internal or on whether the US government can establish and maintain effective control over its elections. Claiming territory, I ain't claim the territory because of who? The Ekwensu, the Obu Mado, the Obu Angobra called Nigeria. Claiming territory and providing security for the electoral process, especially in the face of the oppressor from the Nigeria government.
Citizenship. The right to vote is tied to citizenship. The USB government would need to establish its own citizenship laws, determining who is a citizen of Biafra eligible to vote.
Sorry, I hope you are listening. Citizen. The right to vote is tied to the citizenship. The US government would need to establish its own citizenship laws, determining who is a citizen or citizen of a Biafra eligible to vote. We are going to decide on what age they are going to vote. Is going to do the voting. It depends on the Biafra government to choose any age they want, not any other international to come and choose. Not even any lawyer, not even by anybody. The Biafran government will say, if they said it's from 10 years, nobody will query us. If any age we said it's all about, nobody will stop us from doing that. My people. Determine who is citizens of Biafra eligible to vote is going to be made as law. And the law is coming out very soon. Let us continue.
Conclusion. Yes, after a declaration of independence, the United States of Biafra would have the right to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own founding laws, and this right would align with fundamental principles of self-determination and international human rights. The practical exercise of that right, however, would depend on the new state's ability to achieve and maintain effective political and territorial control.
I hope you heard it clearly. Yes, after the declaration of independence, the United States of Biafra would have the right to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own founding law. And this right would allege with fundamental principle of self-determination and the international human rights. This is our bodies of laws that support us as the people of United States of Biafra to conduct election in Biafra land under our government. That is why I always tell you, do not panic that your government is getting everything right. They are doing what? Getting everything right. However, will depend on the new state's ability to achieve and maintain effective political and territory control on the eve of the election. That is, the election is also give us right, gives you right as a Biafran. Make people to see you as someone who knows what you are fighting for. That is why your government has mapped out a date and weeks to come, months to do the election. So the world will also see how prepared we are, even in the face of Nigeria. Control the election to be peacefully. Biafran people are not fighting, no hijacking of ballot boxes and all what's not. Then the world will know how serious the Biafran people are. Do not forget that in a hurry. And this is right would allege with fundamental principle of the self-determination and international human rights. The principle exercise of the rights have, however, would depend on the new state's ability to achieve and maintain effective political and territory control. We, the Biafran people, how can we control our territory? By also having our vote. The vote also is another result, another document that presents to the world that this number has voted, that this is our territory. Ask Nigeria to leave, and by doing all this, one day Nigeria will leave very soon. I hope now you can have full mind to participate in the election if you're in the homeland. I hope you have full mind. I hope you understand the importance of you voting. And why you have to take it serious and be smart on that day, because the enemies might like to do anything. You know that we have many numerous enemies, like Mazdan Kanu said. As of present now, you have RCC as an enemy, you have Biafra Distribution as an enemy, you have Adendocho, you have Fallback, you have Iccpr Nigeria. All these are also people who was against Maz Nnamdi Kanu. And when he's not there, there was against my Simon. But the same thing is what we, the Biafran people, are experiencing today. So it's not a new something. When you are calling her names, it's not a new something. When you started to be calling her names, it doesn't matter. What matters most is that the Biafran people love her, and we, the Biafran people, understand what we need to do, and we are doing that. Are you doing what you're supposed to do? It's part of it. So, my people, we must continue on what we are doing. Remember, for this session, like we end it right now, our line is open in case if you want to call to put a little, to put your own contribution in the document we wrote now. How we also encourage you, and how you can use this law and support us to encourage those in the homeland. You are free to call on +97336051 if you want to call. Please. After you have had that, what our DPM asks us to do, are commanding the Biafran people to do, audition a day out of our voting. I want to understand, after you have listened to this, whether is it the right thing she's doing? Is it the right one that she's doing? Let us read the comment section. We have some comment there. Tag Nigeria, hashtag Nigeria government, free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the president of the United States of Biafra. Blessing said, yes, it is true. Nobody will do it for us, but we ourselves. God bless and protect our DPM, Tongozo Rabeze, and bless all the USB cabinets, and God bless all the USB media warriors. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much. Now let us continue. What could Dr. Ngozi Arabeze do under these saboteurs? Surrendering her, but surrendering her, but God raised from nowhere, strong and intelligent media warriors to back her up. So Ogongozi Arabeze is the chosen one for Biafrans. Arama Kwaneyaka, she is the chosen one for us. Remember that our line is open. I want you to call to give us your own view, your own understanding into what we are reading this morning, or do you think is right into the documents into this article of document that we are reading this morning, for you to understand that the vote is our inalienable right. Despite that Nigeria occupies our land, they put it here to you. Said what? They put it here for you. So I want to allow you to play fully. So if you want to record anything, you are free to do that, but listen.
The right to vote for the population of a newly declared state like the United States of Biafra USB is based on its own internal legal and political framework, rather than on its level of international recognition. Here is a breakdown of the rights and realities involved. 1. The right to vote as an internal/constitutional matter. Internal right. The moment a new state or government, like the proposed USB government, declares independence and begins to establish its own laws and institutions, it is free to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own constitution or founding documents. The act of self-determination, which the Biafra movement is based on, is fundamentally about the right of a people to choose their own political future and form of government, known as internal self-determination, which typically includes representative government and full suffrage. Therefore, the USB government would have the power to create a legal right to vote for its citizens within the territory it claims to govern. 2. The right to vote as an international human right. Article 25 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Iccpr, and other international human rights treaties recognize the right of every citizen to participate in public affairs, which includes the right to vote and to be elected at genuine periodic elections. While an unrecognized state like the USB is not a party to these treaties, its founding principles are often rooted in these international human rights, and it would be expected to uphold them. In short, the people in the territory have the human right to participate in their government, and the USB government would be expected to enshrine this in its laws. 3. The practical reality, effectiveness of the right. The main challenge for a declared but unrecognized state is not the existence of the right on paper, but its effective exercise. Effective governance. The ability to actually hold free, fair, and secure elections depends entirely on whether the USB government can establish and maintain effective control over its claimed territory and provide security for the electoral process, especially in the face of opposition from the Nigerian government.
Yes, so opposition.
The right to vote is tied to citizenship. The USB government would need to establish its own citizenship laws, determining who is a citizen of Biafra eligible to vote. Conclusion. Yes, after a declaration of independence, the United States of Biafra would have the right to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own founding laws, and this right would align with fundamental principles of self-determination and international human rights. The practical exercise of that right, however, would depend on the new state's ability to achieve and maintain effective political and territorial control.
I hope you listen to this carefully. I hope it also encourages you to know that you have a backup, that the government has a backup under international humanitarian law of conducting this election. So for you to know that not when they conduct the election, they will go arrest her. No, it is a right. Now that Biafra is not really declared, and they told that a country like Biafra that did not fully recognized under international law, under international community, the recognition, that they have the right to vote under their own law. What is the question they will ask Moses? What is the law that guides this election? She will bring it from the office of Amazon and give them. You will read. And you know that we are ready, we are prepared before our official declaration. Everything is intact, my people. If you want to call, you are free to call, like I said. The settlements of Biafra, the right to vote for the population of a newly declared state like the state of Biafra, USB, is based on its own international, legal, and political framework rather than on the level of international recognition. It's not the same thing. We are talking about the election. They said it's our right. When the international recognition comes, it's also our right. Listen to this.
This statement is accurate and reflects the established principles of sovereignty and international law regarding the internal affairs of a political entity. Here is a breakdown of why this principle holds true for a newly declared state, regardless of its international recognition status. 1. Sovereignty and internal law, self-determination and internal autonomy. When a political entity like the United States of Biafra, USB, declares independence, the core of its action is the assertion of sovereignty, the right to govern itself. As a sovereign entity, at least in its own view, it immediately assumes the authority to establish its own internal legal and political framework, creating a constitution. The foundation of this framework is typically a constitution or a similar founding document. This document, and the laws derived from it, is the only legal source required to grant rights, define citizenship, and establish a political system, including the right to vote, suffrage. These laws are immediately binding on the population and authorities within the claimed territory. The de facto government. For the population under the control of the USB government, its laws are the de facto, in practice, source of rights, even if the international community does not recognize its de jure legal status as a state. 2. International law and the right to vote. International human rights. The right to vote is universally recognized as a fundamental human right, enshrined in treaties like Article 25 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Iccpr. This right is seen as inherent to the people, not dependent on the status of the state claiming to govern them. Recognition is political, rights are legal, international recognition is a political act by other states, as discussed previously. It affects a new state's ability to engage in diplomatic relations, sign treaties, and join the UN. It does not, however, affect the internal validity or moral legitimacy of the rights the new state grants to its own citizens, which are rooted in the principle of self-determination. In essence, the population of the USB has the right to vote because its declared government grants them that right as part of establishing a democratic system in alignment with the global human right to political participation. The willingness of foreign nations to exchange ambassadors has no bearing on this internal legal reality.
Do you hear this? We are still on it. Because of the doubting Thomas, that is why we are asking to support us to get gadgets. So once we come, we place it on our big laptop screen so everybody can read together. That is why you see me keeping quiet when the reading is going on, so they will not say that I am manipulating something, I have forged it. No. It's a document that is down before I was born, before we declared Biafra, that we have to implement as a new nation to get where we are going. That's why I say sometimes the way we reason things, the way we do things is also not as setting us back. But if you can change and be moving on the right sense of how the international laws, how the countries, how every treaties are working, we are going to get what we want peacefully. Greg, good morning from here. You're welcome. I will play it again, but also remember that our line is open in case if you want to call us on number plus 9733 6051 337. If you want to, you are free to call.
This statement is accurate and reflects the established principles of sovereignty and international law regarding the internal affairs of a political entity. Here is a breakdown of why this principle holds true for a newly declared state, regardless of its international recognition status. 1. Sovereignty and internal law, self-determination and internal autonomy. When a political entity like the United States of Biafra, USB, declares independence, the core of its action is the assertion of sovereignty, the right to govern itself. As a sovereign entity, at least in its own view, it immediately assumes the authority to establish its own internal legal and political framework, creating a constitution. The foundation of this framework is typically a constitution or a similar founding document. This document, and the laws derived from it, is the only legal source required to grant rights, define citizenship, and establish a political system, including the right to vote, suffrage. These laws are immediately binding on the population and authorities within the claimed territory. The de facto government. For the population under the control of the USB government, its laws are the de facto, in practice, source of rights, even if the international community does not recognize its de jure legal status as a state. 2. International law and the right to vote. International human rights. The right to vote is universally recognized as a fundamental human right, enshrined in treaties like Article 25 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Iccpr. This right is seen as inherent to the people, not dependent on the status of the state claiming to govern them. Recognition is political, rights are legal, international recognition is a political act by other states, as discussed previously. It affects a new state's ability to engage in diplomatic relations, sign treaties, and join the UN. It does not, however, affect the internal validity or moral legitimacy of the rights the new state grants to its own citizens, which are rooted in the principle of self-determination. In essence, the population of the USB has the right to vote because its declared government grants them that right as part of establishing a democratic system in alignment with the global human right to political participation. The willingness of foreign nations to exchange ambassadors has no bearing on this internal legal reality.
Thank you. We'll be back to analysis, but I want to refresh your mind back again from the beginning of this particular article that we are treating this morning. The rights for you to support the state of Odimegu, Iccpr, and the Omambala in our voting. The vote is very, 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 very sacrosanct. My grandfather told us when he mentioned that this meeting is very, very sacrosanct, or saying that sacrosanct is a bigger word, where important is that important is a small word. But when you say sacrosanct, do not play with it. When he was alive, he doesn't joke with that word sacrosanct. That means when the never drop out. Under most you have to support the government by coming out to vote. Through that voting is also to the Nigeria chopoha with legal. It's not about gun and bullets anymore. It's about the action that is going on that's international support. Listen to this.
The right to vote for the population of a newly...
Yes, I see my brother. The Fred, you are welcome. Good morning from here. Thank you so much for the good work we are doing on the S handle, and where enemies are want to fight you. They will never see you. That I can say all your enemies, including the Go-2-4 who happen to be the enemy who has shown his ugly head, Go-247. I can see Gabagono. In which a berry game be a frog game, Maggie. I called you before my hero, my mentor, but not when you are not doing the right thing. And I want to talk to you an accountable time. Stop what you are doing, that you are disgracing and damaging the good work that we have done in the past. But you think you can go and fight our brother who is speaking loudly on us to shut the government down. You are a fool. You don't get sense to go 247. My brother, nothing happened to you. Chukwuka Biama know that you will come, and Chukwuka will also know that a time like this, something like this will happen to make you to be more strong and stronger. That is where it is. May Elohim protect you, guide you, secure your life in anywhere you are in this life. We shall be alive, and we shall all gather celebrate our work after our recognition very soon. My brother, please do not panic. Do not move. They will look for you. They will not see you. They will see you coming, but no, they don't know where. They cannot see where you have reached. They will see where you are going, but they don't know how you have left. May Elohim become your strength, your protector, your guide. May the guardian angel support you and take care of all your enemies. He said. Thank you so much. Continue with the good work that we are doing for the Biafran people. We are here to bring out the articles of the laws that supported all that you had from our DPN's mouth 2 days ago or 3 days ago. That is why we are here. To make it to be stronger in your mind, also to have that hope. We will continue bringing you more of all this now that this vote is what we are preparing. And the why the vote is very important is part of chasing Nigeria away in our land without gun and bullets. That's what it is. That is a simple way to chase Nigeria away. That is a way to ask Nigeria to vanish from our land. They are not going to be there anymore because the Biafran people have decided to take over their land by the voting. You had it here. Tomorrow they will tell you, Ngozi has gathered to keep Biafran people. Oh, more not come out. Are you not hearing that international authority that you have the right to do that? When Adando will come, start cascading the vote. When this Biafra unite, the faceless human being, how could such a person lead you? Who is going to sit and talk with the international community? They want to know who you are in the first place. For you who are following dead man walking, faceless unite. Are you not deceiving yourself that you are flowing a voice that you cannot see? Can a voice get you freedom? A voice that nobody knows who he is. You don't know who is Mazen and the can. You don't know who is Mazen and the can, or do you? By picture, you don't know who is the Chukwem called the Mogwejuku. You don't know. By picture and video, you hope you know who is Mazen and the can. And so you know who is Mas Simon Ebanjoko. Why are these faceless unite? Who are deceiving you? Who you don't know his life, whether he's a human being, are deceiving you. You must stop being stupid and being foolish at the same time. This is the truth we all must know. They must hand over the document of declaration. They must hand over any recognition document to you who they see their face. It's a time of face. It's not a time of hide and seek and hide. My people. Why our people are so foolish? Why are they doing like people that they okay, I remembered? Anybody who is flowing and listening to Radio Rama and all these inconsequential, all these people that are making noise on social media, they are the one that the shame that the Britain put in the neck of our forefathers are still holding. That is who they are.
Declared state, like the United States of Biafra USB, is based on its own internal legal and political framework, rather than on its level of international recognition.
Our history, our story is sinking. That is why I told you what I type. I type in my own. I just think, oh, let me ask this question, no? And I ask, after the declaration of independence of the United States of Biafra, do they have right to vote? That is, after I type this thing, they just from Google search, I got what you see I am playing out here to you. And why I allow the voice that, so you won't say I make it up and put it there, so I was reading to confuse people. Can international law confuse you? Even to the extent of quoting the article that supports what I did. So my people, do not panic. Do not be moved. Stand strong on the side of the government. And be listening, be taking instruction, be paying attention to the government, so you may understand the importance of the election. Is why I am doing this to you. Through the election, one, you are proving to the world that you love your new country. You want to stay away from Nigeria. It's also a way to use the document of the election to ask the international community to chase Nigeria also away from our land if they refuse to go. That is why you must also to prove that the effective of the government is on the ground. They are the one in charge. The right to vote for the population of a newly declared state, like the United States of Biafra, USB in brackets, is based on its own internal law and the political framework, rather than on the level of international recognition. Now that we do not have international recognition, we have a right to vote in our own land. Kosovo is a country without international recognition. Northern Cyprus is a country without international recognition. In Africa, now they are playing World Cup qualifiers, World Cup series. Go in Africa, go to the every world. You will see those that you never had their name in their entire life. They are a country. That's why I told you. There is a time there was a new country. And because of they are still a new country, that is why many of them are not member of the UN. Without being a member of the UN, those mean that you are not a country. You must be a country first, become the member of the UN. You're not going to be in fallback and become a member of the UN. You're not going to be in RCC to become a member of the UN. You are not going to be in Faceless Unite to become a member of the UN. You must be a country first. You must make it that I am a country. And they prove the criteria that prove that you are a country. That the Biafran government has proved to the world. And that is why our story in Gogo has started changing. The right to vote for the population of a newly declared state like the United States of Biafra, USB in brackets, is based our election now that we don't have international recognition. The law of electorate body of the international community is not for us. What is for us is they call it is our own internal law and the political framework. That is how we're going to do it, and nobody will stop us from doing that. It is our inalienable right. Here are breakdown of these rights and the involvement on it. Listen.
Here's a breakdown of the rights and realities involved. 1. The right to vote as an internal/constitutional matter. Internal right. The moment a new state or government, like the proposed USB government, declares independence and begins to establish its own laws.
Listen. Internal rights. The moment a new state or a government like they propose, do you see how they are calling us? Because we are about to conduct our first election in Biafra land. They are called proposed. Because we don't have international recognition, that is why they call us proposed. Because we are not a member of the UN committee, that is why we are not. That is why we are so-called proposed. Do you hear it? But what happens? After the declaration of independence and being to establish its own law and institutions, we are going to, that is why you have our constitution in Amazon. We have established this law that are going to, that is going to guide the election, not to the eve of the election that the law will come outside. That is why you have to go to Amazon, pull out our constitution if you have the money, $100 to read it. So you may understand that all these laws that are going to guide us in our own election is in our hand already. That is what it is. There's no other way out. It's no longer in the era of gun and bullet. It is in the era of strategies. Effective strategies. That is where we are. We must continue.
Institutions, it is free to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own constitution or founding documents.
Do you hear that? Its own law and the institutions. It is free to grant the Biafran citizens the right to vote under its own law. The law of war of where the Biafran government, the law that guides the citizens of Biafra as a country, the right to vote under its own constitution or founding document. Either we have constitution or we have a founding document. We have the document, we have the constitution. That is why we have overmet the criteria to become a new country.
The act of self-determination, which the Biafra movement is based on, is fundamentally about the right of a people to choose their own political future and form of government, known as internal self-determination, which typically includes representative government and full suffrage. Therefore, the USB government would have the power to create a legal right to vote for its citizens within the territory it claims to govern. 2. The right to vote as an international human right. Article 25 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Iccpr, and other international human rights treaties recognize the right of every citizen to participate in public affairs, which includes the right to vote and to be elected at genuine periodic elections. While an unrecognized state like the USB is not a party to these treaties, its founding principles are often rooted in these international human rights, and it would be expected to uphold them. In short, the people in the territory have the human right to participate in their government, and the USB government would be expected to enshrine this in its laws. 3. The practical reality, effectiveness of the right. The main challenge for a declared but unrecognized state is not the existence of the right on paper, but its effective exercise. Effective governance.
This election that the government is holding is also proving that the Biafra declaration that the government is not on the paper. Rather, they have citizens they are controlling. It's also to prove to you that the government is effective working. The effective must not be only submitting documents. That is paper. It's also going to be to take control by conducting election in Biafra land. It simply means that the government is effective. Listen to this.
ability to actually hold free, fair, and secure elections depends entirely on whether the USB government can establish and maintain effective control over its claimed territory and provide security for the electoral process, especially in the face of opposition from the Nigerian government.
Especially in the face of the opposition from the Nigeria government, that the USB must provide a security that will guide people that are going to do the election. The way the people that do self-referendum vote was guided, the same way that they are going to guide people in Odimegu, in Iccpr, in Omambra. That is why you don't have to be afraid. If you participated in, remember that in the self-referendum vote, the people of Odimegu voted highest. The same way you vote, in the same way you are going to vote, nothing will happen to you. We are smarter than more than this Fulanese country, the amalgamation country, the by force country. It's also to prove to you that the country that you are building is not by force country. It's not amalgamated. It's original. It's a modern country. That is part of what we Biafran people must understand. That is it. We're here to present you for this. And then Mass Humble Lion is here to debunk the lies of Adandosho. Kai Report is here to debunk the lies of CRC and the so-called Ogenkeri and whatnot. These are platforms where you go, you listen to good news. But we are bringing it raw to you the way it is, so you will understand what is going on and what is happening. The right of the people. All these are very important. Do not shy away from the truth. Because we must continue what we are doing to let you know you are right under the government also. John, good morning, you are welcome. Kelechi, you are welcome.
Citizenship. The right to vote is tied to citizenship. The USB government would need to establish its own citizenship laws, determining who is a citizen of Biafra eligible to vote. Conclusion. Yes, after a declaration of independence, the United States of Biafra would have the right to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own founding laws, and this right would align with fundamental principles of self-determination and international human rights. The practical exercise of that right, however, would depend on the new state's ability to achieve and maintain effective political and territorial control.
I hope you listen to this. That is why I'm repeating this word to you. You are right to vote. The same way the Biafran government, the federal governments of Biafra conducted self-referendum votes. And remember, in the self-referendum votes, the people of Odimegu, where our DPM came from, have highest voting in self-referendum. Go and verify. Go. The same way you were protected and secure and casted your vote is the same way you are going to be secure and you will cast your vote. The government has established the security outfit of Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafran Police, the Biafran Marine, the Biafran Forces, everything to protect you. You don't panic. If you know what the government prepared for you in the homeland, how you'll be secured, you're supposed to always be happy, because the end of the sorrow, the end of the suffering is also including in you to go out there and vote Nigeria out from our territory. It's included for you to go and do what? Vote Nigeria out. We will start from the first son of the Biafra, which is Old Anambra. In the new territory of the Biafra, it is Iccpr, Odimegu, and Omambala. These are 3 states, the matter of Anambra State, old Anambra, that are now in charge. Prove that you are in charge in your state by going to vote on that particular day. Do not panic. Pay attention on instruction. Pay attention on the signs and guidelines that was given to you. That is how the government on their own document decided how you will vote and the ages that are going to vote. And in that voting, we must maintain under international law conduct. Despite that we are not now officially recognized. I will allow you to play once again without saying a word. And after that, we move on. Listen. Record this. Send this to people in the homeland. Because they may not have data to listen to me. Send the voice. They will listen to it. They will understand. Send it to a member of your families.
The right to vote for the population of a newly declared state like the United States of Biafra USB is based on its own internal legal and political framework, rather than on its level of international recognition. Here is a breakdown of the rights and realities involved. 1. The right to vote as an internal/constitutional matter. Internal right. The moment a new state or government, like the proposed USB government, declares independence and begins to establish its own laws and institutions, it is free to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own constitution or founding documents. The act of self-determination, which the Biafra movement is based on, is fundamentally about the right of a people to choose their own political future and form of government, known as internal self-determination, which typically includes representative government and full suffrage. Therefore, the USB government would have the power to create a legal right to vote for its citizens within the territory it claims to govern. 2. The right to vote as an international human right. Article 25 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Iccpr, and other international human rights treaties recognize the right of every citizen to participate in public affairs, which includes the right to vote and to be elected at genuine periodic elections. While an unrecognized state like the USB is not a party to these treaties, its founding principles are often rooted in these international human rights, and it would be expected to uphold them. In short, the people in the territory have the human right to participate in their government, and the USB government would be expected to enshrine this in its laws. 3. The practical reality, effectiveness of the right. The main challenge for a declared but unrecognized state is not the existence of the right on paper, but its effective exercise. Effective governance. The ability to actually hold free, fair, and secure elections depends entirely on whether the USB government can establish and maintain effective control over its claimed territory and provide security for the electoral process, especially in the face of opposition from the Nigerian government. Citizenship. The right to vote is tied to citizenship. The USB government would need to establish its own citizenship laws, determining who is a citizen of Biafra eligible to vote. Conclusion. Yes, after a declaration of independence, the United States of Biafra would have the right to grant its citizens the right to vote under its own founding laws, and this right would align with fundamental principles of self-determination and international human rights. The practical exercise of that right, however, would depend on the new state's ability to achieve and maintain effective political and territorial control.
I hope you had it. I hope you understand it. I hope you record it to send to those in the homeland so they will know. Help me to do that. We all are in this together. Do not listen alone. When you record the voice, when you share the program, send to them. When you give them data also to listen. I have people that after my program, I support them with data also. So they will listen and also spread the news in the homeland. That is how it goes, because all you know Caribbean. But you know the situation of people in Biafra land. Data 1,000 cannot last for 2 hours. That is what they are passing there. So that is why you need to help sometimes. Send members of the family data. For them, tell them, this data is for you to listen to this particular program as we are preparing for election. You have to do that. You have to. It is very, very important. I see your comments. Okay, Chukwu, thank you so much. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the president of United States of Biafra. Maz Simon Ekpa, the prime minister of United States of Biafra. Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, the deputy prime minister of United States of Biafra. Thank you so much. It's a nice one, my brother. Thank you so much. Keep it up. I love it.
This statement is accurate and reflects the established principles of sovereignty and international law regarding the internal affairs of a political entity. Here is a breakdown of why this principle holds true for a newly declared state, regardless of its international recognition status.
Why the law of electoral voting? Why the law of Iccpr, the Covenant Human Rights Election? Why the right is for countries that are not officially recognized? Are you following? Why the law is like people like us, that Biafran people that have not been officially recognized, or saying here are the breakdown, the principle holding truth for the newly declared state. Here is the breakdown of why this principle hold true for a newly declared state, regardless of its international recognition status. Now, open a international recognition. Our people, we are very far to reason. We are very far to research. We are very far to understand how everything is happening. That is why we have over long time agitation. The danger becomes the most destroyer in what we are doing. My people, this program will continue going on. If you have time to be on some platform that are bigger than my own to preach it, I will, despite my time. Because whatever that makes me that Biafran to understand what we have, what's supposed to do, believe me, that is what gives me joy to do. That's why I ask you also, support this platform with your super chat. We need gadgets. The only gadget that remain, we have our 2 phones. The only what remains now is what? Laptop. To complete the money to get the laptop, we need an Apple laptop. So if you can volunteer to buy it and send to me, you are blessed, and I will thank you so much. So that when I'm reading this thing, it will be on full screen. You can also read from your own screen, not only me to be after playing the voice. I will read it, because if we all are reading, I will not go back to be. I will just start doing the analysis direct. Then you can also come in with the link and be on the studio and also help to analyze it more than me, because I know you can. That is why we are asking you to support this platform. You can do that through super chats. You can do that through contacting me on my private line. Anything you can give to us to make sure that we complete this money this month to get this gadget. We don't want this October to pass off without this gadget. So before the election, it can be happening. All of us can gather into platform and also lead our people, give them instruction, let them know in the homeland so they may understand and join us to do what we are doing. Please, my people. Please, my people. Please, my people, I beg you to do that. It is very, very imperative if you do so. Regardless of our status, we have a right to vote. We have a right to chase Nigeria away without gun and bullet. It's no longer a time of army showcasing the social media. No, it is a very important time for us to be articulative and maintaining peace and unity of the international law, for us to quick get our international recognition as we are moving forward. This is the pure truth that we all must know, my people. Our line is open. If you want to call, you can call. You can call us. You can call us if you want to call. If you have something to say, call our number plus 9 7 3 60 51 337. Again, plus 9 7 3 60 51 337. You have some time for you to call. If nobody calls all, you have spent 3 hours this morning here. You have to end the program and also look away of another way we can spread this music. And also you can join me on my S handle, Read Biafra TV, also on my S handle. Follow me up there, so you can also be retweeting the program on your own S handle. So also other people will, because people that have followed me are different people that are following you. That is why the message will be sinking when you share it, when I share it, when we retweet it, it will go viral. Because after this, in the next 1 hour, I will be on S handle to retweet all these documents and put it in there, so we all can read together. That is why you have to join us to do this. Okay, nobody's calling, so we are going to end the program. We are going to end the program. As we're ending, please join me as a humble lion, because he is live right now. So, from me, from here, it is a wonderful morning. Thank you so much, my people. We love you, people.